Well, welcome in the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Thursday Night Lights presented by Cincinnati Toyota Dealers. We are at Welcome Stadium tonight. Welcome in. My name is Adam Arrow. I am in for Matt Digby tonight, joined as always by the DPS, Ohio State Buckeye and NFL legend, Keith Byers. Welcome. Homecoming for you.
It is homecoming for me. I feel good. This is where I grew up playing high school football. I always get excited. If one of these teams need me tonight, I may be good for one play, but it's going to be awesome to be here tonight. You guys at home sitting there watching Thursday Night Lights, you're going to be in for a treat between Dunbar and Ponitz. I'm expecting a really good game tonight.
Should be great. We saw the seniors be introduced before. There's a lot of energy tonight. Let's go out to Tage and see what he's up to.
Good evening, guys. It should be a great game tonight. Hopefully that rain we saw earlier in the day stays away, and there is just a huge energy in the stadium tonight. I want to talk on the Dunbar side for a second. Here, I was chatting with some of the coaches in pregame today. They're hoping on the defensive side, they are flying around. That's their goal because they are loving to force turnovers all season long. And get this, they have a big turnover belt and a turnover chain that they award. And, of course, a win tonight for Dunbar means they are locked into the playoffs. Now, really quick, I want to touch on the Ponitz side. Of course, it's been a tougher year for them. They're looking for their first win tonight. And we spoke with some of the coaches yesterday who said hopefully the team can come together and give one big win for the seniors. Now, as I mentioned, we had rain earlier in the day. Hopefully it stays away for a full check on our game day forecast. Here is Chief Meteorologist Natalie Walters.
Well, bring the umbrella with you just in case for tonight's game, as we are going to be seeing scattered showers through the evening. We'll see some breaks here and there, but overall plan on some rainfall with temperatures that will be in the lower 60s and eventually into the upper 50s. So likely needing a jacket or a sweater as well.
All right, we're going to send it out to the coin toss presented by Cincinnati Toyota Dealers.
Ponitz has declared heads as their choice on the coin. Dunbar, what did he say? Heads? Gentlemen, what'd you hear? Heads. Okay, that's her tail, that's her head. If I drop it, I'll do it again. The call is heads. It is a head. Going to defer your choice? You want the ball. Shake your head. Definitively yes. What goal do you want to defend in the first quarter, sir? You want the clock in the second? Defend. Put your backs to the clock. Dunbar, you face the clock. So we're going to KFC tonight. Ponitz is on the toss. Deferred their choice in the second half. Gentlemen, shake up. Good luck.
All right, welcome in. We are just about getting ready for the Wright and Schulte kickoff tonight between Dunbar and Ponitz. My name again is Adam Arrow, and I'm joined by Keith Byers. So, Keith, you know a little bit about Dayton Public School football. What should we expect tonight?
Well, it's Thursday night, so you're the spotlight game, Thursday Night Lights. The Dayton Public School kids, Dunbar and Ponitz, they're excited about playing tonight after, especially talking to them before the game. They're fired up, and this is my home field. I grew up here.
Do you recognize it?
High school. I recognize the stadium. We did play on AstroTurf, so, they got field turf now, so that's different. And, I love it. I was down there on the field earlier, and some nostalgia, started to creep up. I remember scoring a touchdown in its end zone, breaking left, catching a pass. So I'm just real comfortable today. I feel great, being here tonight.
I saw both head coaches scouting you and saying, hey, maybe we could get Byers in on a snap.
I'm only good for one snap.
That snap would go for 6,
why
I
did
bet.
I do this? Yes.
All right. Well, our referees tonight, our head referee is Tim Dunaway. Our umpires, Jamar Reed, Daniel Hornbrook, Bob Oxley, Kyle Goodwin, and center judge is Daniel Palmer. Dunbar is the home squad tonight. Ponitz is your visitor. Now, coming in tonight, these are two schools headed in different directions, but Ponitz can play spoiler tonight.
Yes. This is Ponitz. Unfortunately, they're 0-9, but if you go 1-9, which one might as well win the last game and, beat a big school, like Dunbar, who's going to probably win the city. They think they have the city clinched already, but that'd be good on your resume when your seniors graduate. So I was saying, we did beat Dunbar.
So
one of my keys to the game, for Dunbar, they need to pay attention to details. They want to get in the playoffs, do all the little things right and just maintain discipline by saying that. No stupid penalties and jumping off sides. Don't do that. For opponents, hey, no turnovers, and they have to limit the chunk, yardage, and gains. On defense, just, make Dunbar work for everything, and then when they have the offense, don't get behind the chains, 2nd and 15, 2nd and 20, 3rd and 40. They don't want to do that. So then they'll have a chance to win, in the fourth quarter.
Well, and we talked about Ponitz before. They have every reason to play loose. They got house money, so to speak, tonight because they're working to play spoiler. They're coming in winless, but as their coach mentioned, their seniors are looking to go out with a win tonight. But we will see what happens. Great kickoff to start.
Especially as a senior, you want to get your final hit in. If you're not going to make the playoffs, you want to make your last game special. And that's a good start right there.
That was a good start. A short run there by Dunbar. That's a Devontae Young there. That is the starting lineup there presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. And again, Dunbar coming into tonight 6-3 on the season so far. Keith, as you mentioned, they are in the driver's seat for the conference.
Yeah, keep an eye on the quarterback, Jay Graves. He can throw it, he can run it.
There's that throw right there.
Right now.
He's got 12. Great catch. Good tackle there.
Yeah, keep an eye on him. They have talent, all across the board. A lot of Dunbar players are multiple sport athletes. They're football players, basketball, track. And he saw some of that speed, on display, right away.
Well, and he might be hungry for Arby's after that. That is the Arby's first down on that play.
I said that was one of my keys to the game, and, that's what opponents can't do. Give up chunk plays like that. First down, they second and 9, and then they go over the top on 2nd and long and, complete a big pass.
Oh, that could be a mistake for Dunbar, but he recovers. Looks like we got maybe a flag down in the backfield, but they make something out of nothing after that muffed exchange.
Actually, that was just a fumble. That was a beanbag. It looks like a flag.
Oh, it was a beanbag. I'm sorry. It must be colorblind up here.
They trick me on those all the time. I said, it's a flag. Oh, that's a beanbag.
All right, there are your defensive starters there for Ponitz. They've been having a little bit of a tough year. Again, the offense and defense, both sides of the ball throughout this season. Not scoring a lot, and unfortunately have given up a fair amount as well. But they, as their coach mentioned, they are hungry tonight and are looking to make a statement against Dunbar in their final game of the season.
Yeah, they know they have to tackle well,
yes.
To have a chance to win. And so, if you can't tackle them individually, gang tackle them. Get as many players there, to the ball as possible.
Great pursuit there by Ponitz. Interception for Ponitz. That is number 1 for Ponitz. That is Franklin Metcalf.
That's what I've said one of my keys for Dunbar. Pay attention to detail. And that was just a mental mistake. If it's not there, throw it away. You just forced that one in there, and Ponitz was the recipient of it. And he was, Johnny on the spot. It's a turnover. They limited the chunk plays. They got a chance.
Well, and this is an interesting start here because I don't think going in there were a lot expecting this kind of start for Ponitz, but they came out to play, gave up that big passing play, but now get the ball back and have a chance to hold on to the ball here and take off some clock and perhaps get it all the way down to the red zone.
I always look at turnovers every game, and so I always say, can you win the turnover battle? Mm-hmm. And right now, Ponitz is doing pretty good. That 1-0. Now they have to take care of the ball on offense and limit chunk losses.
Looks like a little bit of a muffed exchange. Ponitz does come up with the ball again.
They got a positive yards out of it. How about that? Not even
take them where you can get them. There's that Ponitz offense presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken tonight. An offense that's looking to find an identity. They've been struggling throwing and running this year. But again, this is a team that's going through some changes compared to last year.
Well, I'm going to keep my eyes on Javonte Barnes.
Javonte Barnes.
He plays both ways, and he's one of their leading offensive players on this team. They haven't had a great deal of success offensively, but he's one of the bright spots that they've had all season long.
Well, and you, as someone who played in the Dayton Public School League, can you explain you kind of throw out records in some of these matchups, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, these kids know one another. Whether they're, going out on a Friday, Saturday night over a slice of pizza.
Charge timeout. Opponents, they're first.
You know your opponents very well. We all hang out at the same place. I was in, high school. We used to go to this very popular, I'm not going to mention the name because they're not a sponsor. But I'll tell more about that story on the other side, how teams interacted with each other in the public schools. But it was all in good nature.
In the meantime, we are watching an interesting start to this game. Ponitz with the ball. All right, welcome back. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Thursday Night Lights presented by Toyota. Ponitz with the early turnover are now at 2nd and 8. Looks like from their own 18. looking to make a statement early. That interception was quite a big one.
You know, had the turnover, but now can you turn that into points? You know, especially you get a turnover in the red zone. You know, that's always a good thing.
Oh, look at this. We got an open guy there moving up. That's number 3, breaking tackles. Oh, what a play. I want to give him a shout out here. Wow. That was number 3, I believe. That is Shannon Howard Jr. with a tough catch and even tougher run there afterwards. Good for him. That is a first down. That is an Arby's first down here. Man, this is a Ponitz team that Dunbar may not recognize early on.
No, I mean, I was down on the field in pregame talking to some of the players. I mean, on both teams. But you know, look out for number 82, Jace Allen, the defensive end.
Yes,
he was doing a lot of chirping in pregame.
as we look at that
watch
lineup.
out for us. He's fired up about playing on Thursday night.
Oh, I bet. Well, that was your defensive lineup, by the way, presented by Lee's famous recipe chicken here as we're moving along in the first quarter.
False start. Offense.
And these are the kind of mistakes that Ponitz cannot afford to make, as you mentioned, in the keys to this game.
They don't want them second and longs, third and long situations. And even though it's first down, you want first and 10, not first and 15, not first and 20.
Well, and their coach there, you see, Gabriel Brown, was talking earlier yesterday about how they are looking and focusing on the process, how they get there. And part of that process has to be, as you mentioned, Keith, staying penalty-free.
Stay in front of the chains. That has, you know, nobody's played perfect, but you can't have mistakes like that, especially, you know, the final week of the season.
100%. All right, the opponent's quarterback under pressure. Dunbar gets a sack. 4 Dunbar defenders gets to the quarterback there, and this is what we were talking about. They were forced into a passing situation. They do, in fact, have to pass, and they don't get the protection that their quarterback needs to make that play.
Those chunk losses on offense really, you know, put you. It's not many. The playbook gets real short in 2nd and 25.
Yes, it does.
It's not a lot you can call, and right now they have to, you know, minimize their losses. Just get something positive going.
All right, Ponitz back to pass. A tip ball, and the Wolverines get the interception. They get the ball right back where they lost it.
You hate to force a ball in the middle of that many blue jerseys.
Well, and Dunbar is a good team, too. They will force those turnovers, and that's what we just saw there. Tip drill, Dunbar gets it back. That's number 17. That's Zaire Alston with the interception. Replay there presented by Toyota. What do you see there, Keith?
Yeah, that was you know, you got to credit that to the defensive line. You know, they got in the quarterback's face. He couldn't, you know, he didn't have a clean pocket and just did the best he could. And then, like you said, the tip drill coming into play. It's a wave of blue jerseys. More often than not, they're going to come down with it.
Well, and coincidentally, it looked like the opponent's quarterback made the same mistake there as the Dunbar. Well, this is a touchdown. That's number 24. That is Devontae Young in for the touchdown. And this was the Donato's red zone touchdown there.
You know, I've seen Devontae Young play a few times this year. He's a talent. He runs hard and physical and is fast. He's on the track team also.
You saw the stride. You saw the stride as he went to the end zone there. That was a very fast touchdown. So just like that, in the span of about 30 seconds, Ponitz goes from having a turnover and moving down the field to putting themselves in a tough position.
And they're
going to
go for 2. They're not even going to kick an extra point.
I'd heard before the game that Dunbar doesn't kick extra points. They just go for the...
I'm surprised they don't have a kid in the building.
Get a soccer player or something?
Players. Hey, you want to kick on the football team?
So here we go, Dunbar.
You get your letter. You get a varsity letter.
Yeah. Get some street credit, too, right? Hey, there goes Graves.
Got him outnumbered.
Yep. Graves goes in there for the...
It's a flag on the play this time. It wasn't a fumble. I saw the flag.
Okay.
Not sure if they got set.
Let's see what the penalty is.
Holding. Offense, number 61, grab and turn, point of attack. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay the try.
You see, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Attention to detail. You didn't have to hold them.
No.
You had them outflanked, and just those little things like that will hurt you, you know, in the playoffs.
Well, and you can't take for granted. Obviously, you look at the records coming into this game. You can't help but wonder if sometimes, you know, you come in, you're one of the top teams in the conference, you're playing one of the teams towards the bottom, you maybe fall asleep at the wheel sometimes.
Yeah, the coaches, when you're in practice, and you don't really pay attention to the message always, because you kind of fall in love with the record and see what they have. And now this is a critical 2-point play.
And Ponitz, great defense there. That's number 4, who I do believe was who got the interception before.
those are points you can't give away. You had the 2-point conversion, you lost it. But let's see if it hurts them later on in the game.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Dunbar on top, 6-0. All right, welcome back to Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Thursday Night Lights, presented by Toyota. 6-0 Dunbar after a couple of turnovers back and forth. But Keith, as you talked about, there's been a few mistakes here that could have easily been avoided.
Yes, I mean, and they're mental mistakes, and at this point in the season, you don't want to, make those kind of mistakes, especially if you want to make a run in the playoffs, a deep run in the playoffs. And so I'm sure, Dunbar coaches are emphasizing that, but now the players have to get the message and, and take it into account and just do those little things right. I mean, they are, clearly, overmatched. Against Ponitz, but Ponitz is not going to give up. All you can put is 11 players on the field.
That's right.
Ponitz has 11, Dunbar has 11. Can you make the little things right to give yourself an opportunity? Hopefully, Ponitz gets good field position there after the kickoff. All
right, that kickoff is from Wright and Schulte here. Let's see what happens. Ponitz is going to take it from the 25. They're going to get it to about the 29. We do have a yellow flag coming in at the end of the play there.
We got to remind the referees you want to see the football players play, not the referees.
I feel like that's something we need to remind them at every level of football.
Yes.
High school, college, and professional.
Say, come on, we see you out there.
During the return, holding, return team number 23. It's a 10-yard penalty. The spot of the foul. First down.
Yeah.
You can't have that happen, especially against a defense like Dunbar's, and you've already seen the protection for opponents break down on multiple occasions here early on. All right, and this scoring summary, presented by Randon Associates. One play, 12 yards, and that was that Devontae Young 12-yard run, showing off some of that track speed.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to call Devontae Young name quite a bit tonight.
I think you're right. As a running back, you would know.
Exactly. I think, you get to be a much better coach when you call his number a few more times.
Yeah, you look a lot smarter, don't you?
Yes.
All right, here comes Ponitz on first down here. Trying to correct some of those offensive line issues, and Dunbar's getting right in, not even close. Dunbar with the sack. 3 Dunbar defenders take down the opponent's quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, they're not even blitzing. That wasn't even a blitz. That was just a defensive line. It's just, everyone's just powering through. And, you got 4 defensive linemen and 3 of them are on the quarterback.
Yeah, opponents are going to have to go back to the drawing board here and figure out some new blocking schemes, because right now their quarterback does not have the time to make any kind of play happen, and now they've dug themselves into a 2nd and 17 here, getting dangerously close to their own end zone.
Yeah, those are like recipes for disaster when you have to pick up. Like I said, you got to limit the chunk losses. The way you do that is max protect when you pass the ball. Only send 1 or 2 guys into the pattern, and then, you give yourself a chance. And you can't just sit back and throw it. Sometimes you just got to trust the running game.
Yeah. All right. Looks
like
a
misdirection.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. Getting it back to the original line of scrimmage a little bit past there. Nice looking play. So that's the kind of stuff you're talking about. You just reset, get it going.
They just want to pull the ears back and chase the quarterback all day long. You got to do something to offset it. I don't know. We got another flag on. I don't know if it's against the offense or the defense. Let the white hat tell us.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 50. It's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Oh, boy.
But they get a first down out of it.
Yeah.
Out of second and forever. Turns into a first down.
Dunbar's coach not going to be happy about that.
Pay attention to detail. Hand position. Usually, most of the defensive penalties are automatic first down.
Yeah.
Usually pass interference or defensive holding or face mask. Outside of, so you give an offense 4 more opportunities, to score. You don't want to make a habit of doing that.
No, absolutely not, especially because we've seen Ponitz break a couple of plays here. We'll see if
they
offense.
have some athletes. Ponitz has some players.
Yeah, we'll see if their offense can sustain it here. Nice handoff.
They've had some good success out of that, Mr.
Yes, they have. Dunbar really looking to try to strip the ball there. That is
nice first down run.
Yes, sure was. Franklin Metcalf there on the end around. Or handoff there.
They know they just can't line up and knock Dunbar off the line of scrimmage. So what do? You do no trickery, misdirection. You play with their keys, and so they have to keep good eye eye discipline to read their keys and start being nosy.
Well, and shout out to Gabriel Brown and his coaches for making that adjustment, because you're right, Keith. Clearly, passing is not going to work against that Dunbar front, at least not the drop back passes. They're going to have to figure out more of these sweeps and misdirection, as you mentioned, in order to get these chunk plays that they so desperately need.
Yeah, and if I would. You got 4 seconds to go on the play clock. I don't want them to get. I had to reset it.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say about to get delay a game, but.
There it is. There's
Play
another
on the
one.
edges. Trust your speed.
Got to use the speed.
But
Okay.
Dunbar has speed too.
Yeah, they sure do. Looks like right about back to the line of scrimmage there by Javante Barnes, a kid that you mentioned is pretty darn talented.
But that's why you have to attack them on the edges, and then when they make the adjustment about putting more people outside, then you hit them up the gut, up the middle.
Well, they're making those Dunbar defenders run now. This is interesting. You can see the progression and the changes that Ponitz is making to adjust to that Dunbar front. They're going left. They're going right. They're staying the heck away from the middle. That's for sure. Which good on them, because I think that's definitely Dunbar's strong suit on defense thus far.
And I would try to make this a short game.
Yes.
By not trying to get a whole bunch of volume plays. Play it slow. Play it close to the vest. Let that clock tick. Let it run.
Now we got a problem, though, because we got a little bit of a miscommunication.
There's another chunk loss.
Yeah.
That's the plays you can't have.
That looked like a mental mistake there on the...
Yeah, they weren't on the same page there. They would mix up in the backfield.
Watch the replay presented by Toyota. Yeah.
The quarterback, now he's got to take a knee.
Yep.
Don't try to make something out of nothing. Just take the loss. It could have been a 2 to 3 yard loss. Now it's more like a 7 yard loss.
Yeah, and now they're put in that position, Keith, where they're going to have to either pass or do some kind of trickery, dig deep into the playbook, because as you mentioned, there's not many plays on 3rd and 17.
You're not going to have a lot of time to get deep to throw the ball. I don't know if Dunbar is going to blitz or not, but that defensive front have been able to apply pressure anyway. When you have them all bunched in like that, that's a lot of people around close to the ball. They bring in 5.
Okay, well, they're throw it a little too far, though, looking for his intended receiver. And you wonder, Keith, if part of that is because the quarterback's been so used to getting hit so quickly, he wanted to get the ball out.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of it. He just threw it a little long, but I would come back to that play.
Yeah.
Instead of maybe going to the post, maybe, a 10-yard out. That way something he can put a little bit more air on and loft it toward the sideline, be harder to intercept, and then let the receiver run up under it and try to get some yards after catch.
All right, so Ponitz now, after a couple of great plays there and a penalty that moved him up towards the 50, they are now going to be punting from the 36-yard line.
I wish they had completed the pass. Whether they got the first down or not, they would keep the clock running.
Yes.
You want to limit how many possessions Dunbar is going to get.
All right, good punt and
There's
a muff punt.
Ball.
This could be something for Ponitz. Graves has it. He's going to be tackled back at the 10-yard line. So almost a big mistake for Dunbar yet again. Ponitz, though, now we got some extracurricular activities going on.
It's probably going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, maybe on both teams, or whoever the second guy who said something. It's never the first
Whoever
guy.
pushed last.
Yes.
Yeah, right, exactly. Some of the players having some extra conversations after the play was over. Maybe a few shoves in there. So, again, these are those mistakes, Keith. I hate to go back to it continuously, but, this is the end. This is towards the end of the season. And by now, this is when the guys really have to solidify being disciplined.
Yes. I mean, you should be playing your best football. Here we go. What's
Dead
the call?
ball, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 1 of the return team.
Oh.
At the half the distance to the goal. First down, Dunbar.
That means an extra push, a shove. I mean, that's Jay Graves. He's better than that. He doesn't have to do that.
No.
He made a mistake. Somebody may have said something to him. He didn't like it.
Yeah.
But, he's too talented for that.
He didn't like the tackle, I don't think. No.
It's a little rough. I mean, but I don't think the ref, you're looking for a penalty there. I understand the frustration out of Jay Grace, but I don't think it was worthy enough for a penalty. If anything, I think calling them both was an offset.
Neutral zone infraction, defense, number 31. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Okay, so Dunbar gets a few of those yards back after that unsportsmanlike penalty. So
from 1st and 10 to 1st and 5. If I tell my defensive backs to get back up something, you're too close. That's bad snap.
Bad snap.
Yeah, Dunbar's coming out a little sloppy. As they're not paying attention to detail. This is week 10.
Yeah.
You ought to be hitting on all cylinders.
Their coach can't be too happy about the way that they're playing so far, other than that big run earlier and that big pass play.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of correctable mistakes here so far.
Yeah, they're taking Ponitz for granted. And Ponitz, these guys are ready to play.
Yeah. No, they came to play. They know that
coach
they're all
he
in.
has them ready.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. Dunbar in their own end zone here.
Empty backfield.
They're going to do a quarterback keeper up the middle. Graves is going to take it up to the 15-yard line, so they got close to the first down. Might have gotten it here.
Maybe just a smidgen short, not much.
Okay.
I don't have my contacts in or my binoculars. I apologize.
So it looks like 3rd and very short. We'll see what Ponitz dials up here to try to stop that Dunbar offense and get their
I know they would love to get off the
offensive ball
field
back.
to get their offense in good field position.
Yes, absolutely. So we got the run to the left, and there is Richard Armstrong taking it on the edge, down past the 50 to the 45 of Ponitz. Huge gain on 3rd and short.
I don't see no flags on the field.
No flags.
Is it?
Or is there one?
Is there
Wait.
one over there about the
Maybe there is
20-yard
one.
line?
I might need new contacts. Yeah, I think I see one way over there. Unless it was going to be picked up.
I see the holding.
Offense number 23. Half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that hurts. Well, boy.
I mean, from 3rd and 1.
The hold. Yeah, okay. So we got that hold there. So you saw how much of an opening that Armstrong had, and there was a reason, it sounds like, holding on
right
Dunbar.
there, you can see that speed.
Yeah. So Ponitz gets another shot here. Now it's 3rd and long. Or longer, I should say.
The option.
All right, there goes Graves. And he's going to be short. He's going to be short. Ponitz defense holds. How about that? So Dunbar will be forced to punt, it looks like.
Oh, will they?
Or will that's a good point. Or will they? It'd be pretty gutsy to not punt for
They did have a kickoff guy, but will they punt the ball?
That's a good point.
It's 4th and 1.5. Do they trust their offense? I think they trust their offense. I don't think they're going to bring the punter out there.
Wow. So 4th.
Wow, from minus territory.
Man, 4th and 2. That takes some real guts here. 4th and 2.
You have a 6-point lead. There's no reason to.
No.
But I guess you figured as long as they don't have any penalty, you feel good about getting this first down.
Bobbled snap. There goes Graves. He's looking to throw. Now he decides to run it, and he's got it. He's got the first down, so no one will remember them going for it.
No one will remember going for a 4th down.
That is another Arby's first down for the Dunbar Wolverines.
If you don't get it, I think the fans would have been on him. Why didn't we punt?
They might have been.
They said, we got Dre Gaze at quarterback. We don't have to punt. We can get 2 yards.
Short memories are a real thing when you do something well.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Well, now we got a fresh set of downs, for the Wolverines. I should probably say Dunbar. I don't like Wolverines. Just don't come out of my mouth too easily.
Oh, you know what?
Because I think about that school up north.
That's a good point.
Let's say Dunbar. That sounds so much better.
Yeah, they've been in the news enough today. We don't need to talk about them, so we can talk about Dunbar. All right, on the pitch to the outside, he's got some blockers.
He runs with authority.
Oh, we got a flag though. Flag out in the secondary.
Seemed like the referee threw the flag at the offending player, like you.
And we'll see what Tim Dunaway has.
I think we all know what's holding.
Yep.
Offense, number 23. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
I got to say, Keith, I've seen a lot of high school games. There's been a lot of holding calls tonight in just the first quarter. Is it just me?
No, I mean,
if they're holding, they're holding. I'm just saying.
Some of them are nitpicking, but the other ones there are obvious, and the referees had to call it. So, see, I said something kind to the referees.
Are you known for not being kind to the men in stripes?
Yes. Even during my playing days.
They got a tough.
I was nice to them in pregame.
We love those guys. We like to give them a hard time. They got a tough job.
Absolutely.
All right, Ponitz on the blitz. Just misses.
Oh, a little underthrow.
Oh, that could be another interception. Oh, he's going to kick himself for that. That was so close. Great defense, though. That is number 23.
Yeah, he hadn't stride for stride and just came up a little. Number 21.
Oh, it's 21, excuse me.
Well, you got to excuse these rosters aren't always up to date. I don't have a 21 on my roster.
Well, his mom and dad knows who he is.
Yes.
So there you go. Well, great
number
defense.
21 on your jersey, number 1 in our hearts.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So we got 2nd and 10, closing in on the end of the first quarter. Dunbar winning 6-0. Looking to get some more points before the end of the quarter. They go for the run, and this is the guy.
Run.
Oh, look at the speed.
Look at that.
That he is. No one's catching him. That is some.
Devontae Young.
Wow. Wow.
He's pretty special.
Boy.
I mean, you can see that from the time, he got to the line of scrimmage where he like strike up the band. That
yeah,
was
no
part like the Red Sea.
It didn't matter if you had an angle on him or not. He was taking that one.
Yeah, he's like, give me the ball.
So Dunbar does in fact score here, 12-0 now. Again, they don't kick extra points, it doesn't seem like, so they'll go for 2.
Yeah, I would leave Devontae Young in the game, just turn around and give him the ball. You get those 2 points back, and you could be up 14-0. I was just about to say, Ponitz was having the perfect first quarter. Only be down 6-0. It was 3rd down and, manageable. And they give up that big long run.
Well, in some of these games, you're looking at Gabriel Brown, the head coach opponents there. Some of these games, especially when you don't have the same type of roster, every little thing matters. As you mentioned, every little mistake, it's magnified.
Magnified, for sure.
Yeah. So you almost have to play the perfect game.
Holding, offense, number 79, 10-yard penalty, replay the try.
Last time they went for the 2-point conversion, they had a holding call, and they didn't get it. And here they are again. They got it. They got both times they scored, and then they had to bring it back. So let's see if this time, if they can convert it. I don't know.
We shall see. The Dunbar offense has been fairly creative here tonight with some of these plays. We'll see what they come up with.
It's always good to just turn around and get Devontae Young the ball.
I mean, if I was running the offense, I would do that.
Low snap.
Oh, we're going to go pass.
He's got a receiver
got
open.
him. That's good. Great catch. Great adjustment to the ball. That's number 11, Baron White. 6'2", so he had the size.
Oh, yeah. Got that 2-point conversion.
All right, 14-0 now Dunbar. Toyota replay. And there's the touchdown.
Well,
my goodness.
I think it was 80 yards. Look at whew.
I think I saw fire, smoke maybe coming out of those feet. He was tired, falling down again. And here's the 2-point conversion. Great adjustment to the ball.
Yes, it was.
That again is Baron White on the pass from Graves there. And there is your Rand Associates scoring summary. 8 plays, 90 yards, 81 of which was from that young man. Oof.
I tell you, he's going to school for free. He doesn't have to worry about, that college fund his mom and dad are saving up for. They don't have to worry about that.
I don't think so. I don't think so. If I was a college coach and I just saw that run, I'd say, you know what?
You come play here at my university.
Yeah, you can't teach speed, as they say.
That's for sure.
So great looking drive from Dunbar after a couple of mistakes. A few things that are correctable. And we head into the kickoff, the Wright and Schulte kickoff here. Dunbar up 14-0 over the Golden Panthers. And Ponitz, as we mentioned throughout, if you're just joining us throughout this first quarter, they have shown grit, they have shown tenacity, and they have had opportunities, but they've also had their own mistakes as well.
Yes, they have. I mean,
oh, but this might be a good one for opponents.
No flags on the field. Look, our first thing I look for is flags when I see chunk yardage.
Well, that's another one of those great plays from opponents.
Javante Barnes there.
Javante Barnes, once again, one of their top athletes that they got out there. So they're not quitting. And that's one thing about their coach is what he told us yesterday is that they don't have any quitting them. They continue to work. They show up. They're tough kids, and they want to go out with a win for their seniors. But they got a mountain to climb, down 14-0 here as we approach the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, hopefully they run the ball here to let the quarter go, let it turn out. You know, get to the second quarter unless you bust a long run.
Yeah.
You know, for a touchdown. But I would try to, you know, get behind the chains. It's 1st and 10. You don't want second and more than 10 yards. You know, you don't want to lose any yardage. But you know, that misdirection run they've been running, a little backside sweep, has been pretty good to them so far in this first quarter.
It sure has. So opponents looking to respond, and they go to that misdirection again, but this time they got snuffed out.
They still got positive yards. They got 2.
Yep. And opponents has a tough hill here to climb because Dunbar, clearly the middle of their defense is, I don't want to say impenetrable, but this first quarter they've been playing pretty darn well. So as we approach the end of the first quarter, Dunbar is on top 14-0 over Ponitz. A lot of back and forth, a few turnovers, a couple of personal fouls, and about 30 holding calls. So we'll see what happens in quarter 2. Stick around. All right, welcome back to the start of the second quarter. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Thursday Night Lights presented by Toyota. Dunbar on top 14-0 over Ponitz, but the scoreboard doesn't tell the whole story. Ponitz here has shown a lot of toughness, a lot of grit, and they are moving down the field right now, going to pass. It's been tough sledding passing.
Yeah, they've had problems, you know, in protection for passing the football.
Okay, we want to toss it down to Tej Joshi, another member of our crew who's got something to share. Tej, what do you got?
Hey guys, you saw that tip drill interception from Dunbar earlier, and the player who did that was awarded not just with a turnover chain, not just with a turnover belt, but this team awards it to both. The coaches told me they emphasize forcing turnovers, and I've never seen a school that does both a chain and a belt. That is really fun, and the kids absolutely love these. Yeah, and I'm loving holding them too. For now, though, back to you guys up in the broadcast booth.
Tej, I think that looks pretty good on you.
I think he's got a turnover chain.
He's got a turnover chain. Who would have thought? All right, Ponitz trying to pass again. A little more time this time, but still unable to connect with that receiver. I'm not sure, Keith, what you do in this situation if your opponent's the quarterback's getting killed trying these drop back passes.
Yeah, but you got to throw shorter routes, shorter passes. You know, you don't have that much time.
Do you think swing passes?
He tripped over his own guy.
Yeah.
The receiver fall down.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't
fail. But like I said, I would use more max. I'm only going to send one guy in protection. I mean, in the route. I'm protecting everybody. That means I'm going to have 9 people in protection. Quarterback throws it and 1 receiver. If it's not there, throw it away. We'll play 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're going to have to do something similar to that at some point because the passing game is just not working. Opponent's now going to have to punt on 4th and 8.
Oh, nice punt.
Very nice punt. Good spin on it. And it takes looks like it took a Dunbar bounce back to opponent. So Dunbar's going to take over at the 31, it looks like, as they look to extend their lead. And if you're just joining us, Dunbar had a big-time run from Devontae Young. And when I say big time, I mean very fast.
Yes. I mean, like I said, in the first quarter, I think we're going to be calling his name a lot tonight.
Yeah.
And, if I'm Dunbar coach, I'm calling his name early and often.
Well, he is back in the huddle there, right next to Graves, the quarterback. We'll see what Dunbar does here. They've had a couple of big plays tonight, but other than that, their offense, has been kind of hit or miss other than those big plays, but who cares when you're winning the game here. Looking for another big play. Oh, and he's got it. What a pass and what a catch.
Is that Baron White?
That is Tristan Bozeman.
Bozeman, okay.
with the touchdown. Graves to Bozeman. So as we just talked about, big plays for Dunbar. That's another one. What a pass, too. That's a Donato's touchdown right there.
I tell you, Jay Graves can run the ball very well. We saw he went for that 4th down, but he has a heck of an arm, too.
Yeah, let's watch this.
Sit back and just throw it out there and let the receiver run into it. That's dropped it in the bucket.
You can't throw it better than that.
No.
Wow. Boy, Bozeman better write him a thank you card. That was a beautiful pass.
I'm sure Bozeman is going to be showing that to his kids in about 10 or 15 years. Look at your pop when he was in high school.
That was on TV.
That was on TV.
So Dunbar will be going for 2 once again as they try to extend it to 21-0. Graves handing it off.
Oh, that's a nice hit at the line of
Yeah,
scrimmage.
good defense from Ponitz. So they recover from that big play to shut down the 2-point conversion. Good for the Golden Panthers there. So it's 20-0 now. Dunbar is leading. We are going to take a short break in just a second. Dunbar 20, Ponitz 0. All right, welcome back. Let's tell you about what just happened. The Rand Associates scoring summary. Tristan Bozeman with a perfectly thrown ball to him from Graves there. 69-yard touchdown catch and run. What a play and what a offensive explosion for Dunbar in the last 5 minutes.
As an offensive player, we love those one-play drives.
Right.
Especially when
defense doesn't know. Defense says, what are you doing to us?
There's no matriculating the ball down the field when you got Bozeman on your team. Just sit back and, you let Jay Graves just throw it out there just like they do in the backyard playing sandlot. Man. And that was looking really good.
Well, here comes your kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte here as Ponitz is looking to get. Now, I should mention if you're just joining us, Ponitz has had their moments and they've gotten some big chunk plays, but mistakes and, are they doing a.
Did the ball fall off the tee?
I couldn't tell if they were trying an onside kick or if it just slipped there.
Well,
we got a flag.
Go 10 yards.
Got a couple flags there. We'll see what the referees say.
Someone tried to take the ball right there. Didn't go 10 yards. Didn't roll 10 yards.
Absolutely. We'll see what Tim Dunaway, the head referee, has to say.
There may have been offsides on Dunbar.
Oh, that could also be. Might not have gone 10 yards.
Yeah, if it didn't go 10, they'll just take the ball right there.
Yeah. So as the referees there try to figure it out, we'll see what Tim Dunaway says.
When I used to play football, I was on the hands team when teams would onside kick it.
With your hands, really?
With my hands, really. The good hands team.
Legal touching, kicking team. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Oh, so opponents will get some excellent field position.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You're talking about the hands
fine.
team there. So there's your replay.
Yep.
Okay.
You can't touch it, if you're the kicking team, before opponents did someone. That's the penalty. As soon as he touches it, that's illegal touching.
Yeah, that ball.
But I was on the hands team. I used to jump in front of the 10-yard lines and get it because you can't get hit until, the ball goes 10 yards or you touch it. So I would put my hands on it before it went 10 yards, and I didn't mind the hit because I had a grip on it with my big old hands.
Your big old hands?
Like, I can handle it. That's most of the times it was a defensive back or a linebacker coming at me anyway, so I was just as big or bigger than them anyway. It didn't bother me.
I was about to say.
It's like, I'm not a hustler, because at that point, usually hands team is at the end of the game. I'm securing the victory for my team.
Keith, you would be my hands team captain. I honestly thought you were going to swallow my hand whole when I shook it earlier today.
I shake people's hands. They shake my hand. I shake their wrists.
Yeah. I think that's right. Well, there's a reason why you have 600 NFL receptions. That's why.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
That's a big
Absolutely.
reason.
Now, when I retired from the NFL, I retired as all-time leader for receptions by a running back.
Yeah.
So
610?
612.
612.
10 or 12, one of them.
Okay. I tried to look it up on Pro Football Reference. I was curious, and I was just amazed. It's quite prolific because when you look back at the 80s, people don't think about the 80s and early 90s as running backs catching the football.
No.
You were ahead of the times.
Yeah, because people have recency bias. They don't remember what happened in the last 5 to 10 years. I mean, a few years ago when Odell Beckham was with the Giants, he made a spectacular catch on Monday Night Football. And people are like, I've never seen anybody catch a ball like that. Have you ever seen Lynn Swann
Right.
in Super Bowl? I mean, there's a ton of great catches in the NFL. Chris Carter, it's a ton of players that made tremendous catches in the National Football League.
Yeah, those attention spans are short, that is for sure. Didn't help you didn't have social media to have people share 50 videos of it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Ponitz, excellent. Best field position of the game for Ponitz tonight.
Yeah, they're probably playing on Dunbar side of the football field.
Now, I like what they're doing here. They're doing here.
Fight for it.
Oh, what an interception by Dunbar. What a play on the rollout pass. And I was just saying I liked what Ponitz was doing because they weren't leaving their quarterback in the middle of the pocket. They rolled him out.
Yep.
Love that.
And somebody's getting a turnover chain or the belt.
They took it back from Tage, it looks like.
Yeah, Tage, you didn't do a good job. You to keep it long. They took it back from Tage. Well, it's a turnover chain.
It is. There's a replay.
It's unfortunate here. The ball just bounces the wrong way sometime if your opponent or if your Dunbar bounces to you.
Yeah. Well, great heads-up play by number 15.
That's why
Dorian
you run
Briscoe.
to the football. Good job, Dorian.
Yeah,
that's why our defensive coach is about run to the football. Good things happen when you run to the football.
Yeah, they sure do.
Tip balls, fumble recoveries, or a game-saving tackle, touchdown-saving tackle, whatever it is. That's why you're supposed to rally to the ball.
Yes. As you mentioned, good things happen. And, by the way, Briscoe is sophomore, so quite a great memory for him here on this Thursday night, getting that great heads-up turnover. So now Dunbar will have the ball here. They do a swing pass out. That's Graves. Graves is going to take it. Graves in a foot race.
Quarterback.
Number one versus number one.
I thought he face masked. Wow, Graves plays. He does play. He plays. They have a freshman quarterback when he switches over to play. Wide receiver or running back.
And that's the Bathmasters' first down for Graves there. Boy, what a player when you can play.
Foul, face mask, defense. That penalty be added to the end of the run. First down, Dunbar.
That's a frustration penalty there.
Yeah, he was just happy to grab and hold of something to try to get him on the ground.
Yeah. So there's your Toyota replay. Let's see what happened. Swing pass. Great blocking downfield.
Yeah, look at that. That's just speed.
And he reached out.
Just grabbed him.
Sometimes you get unlucky on that.
He's trying to grab shoulder pad. He's trying to grab something. Unfortunately, got him around the face mask.
All right, so your Bathmasters first down.
Yeah, that was Javier Manley at quarterback. He's a freshman.
Oh, okay. So they got the next generation coming in now for the Wolverines here. All right, so Dunbar first down inside the 30, or at the 30, I should say. Oh, it's a fumble. Ponitz has got a chance to get it, and they got it. Ponitz.
Yeah, Ponitz.
Recovers. How about that? I believe that's the quarterback.
Between the quarterback and the running back or the wide receiver, exchange, you got to see it into the pocket.
I believe.
This is Ponitz' second turnover of the night.
How about that? So Ponitz has no quit in them, that is for sure. For some of these seniors, it might be their last game playing, so they're giving it everything that they have tonight. Toyota replay showing what happened, and this is just clearly a muffed exchange.
Yeah. They didn't. That was not clean at all. I think the freshman will. You're freshman, you don't get a name. My freshman year in high school, hey, freshman, come here, freshman.
Yeah.
And then when I was upperclassmen, I was next to the freshman, get over here, grab some water.
It's a
freshman,
bonding
take my shoulder pads.
It's a bonding thing, sort of, kind of.
But he's got Javion Manley. So when you don't have the clean in the pocket, that's the experience comes in.
Yes.
You don't just put. Sometimes you take the loss and just keep it yourself. It was not timed up correctly.
Well, I'll tell you, when I played, and I'm sure it's the same way for you too, Keith, sometimes the mistakes you learn more from than the victories,
Right, exactly.
You grow from those much more. It's one of the great things about football. You learn to deal with adversity.
And, even in practice, you may not get a physical rep, but everybody can get a mental rep. You learn from others, mistakes and even their positive plays also.
100%. So we'll see what Gabriel Brown, the head coach for Ponitz, dials up here.
Is it me, or do we have a light mist out there looking in the lights?
Yeah.
It's a little light mist on the field.
A little bit.
My high school football coach at Rolfe High School here, named Tom Montgomery, he's telling us it doesn't rain on the football field. He doesn't hear about field conditions. Hey, it's football. All weather is football weather.
Well,
it doesn't rain, it doesn't snow.
This is the stereotypical football weather for sure. Okay, so here we go. Ponitz looking for the edge, and they're in some big trouble here. And they're going to lose a bunch.
That's what it was. Was my biggest concern for Ponitz going into this game. Those plays on the edge, you can't have chunk yardages on either side. When you're offense, you can't have chunk losses. On defense, you can't have chunk gains. And offensively, they've had too many major losses. Sacking a quarterback, or plays like we just saw that just got strung out and you end up losing an extra 5 to 10 yards instead of 2 or 3 negative yards. Now you're at 3rd and 20.
Well, and
hard to pick up those kind of first downs.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, Keith, it was a great observation about the miss. Tej Joshi, a reporter down there, mentioned that it is very strong, in fact, and he says it's impacting the ball, which has been clearly seen on these turnovers. Yeah, so you got to really hug that thing as you're taking the carries here.
Yeah, we're in the cozy of the press box. You know our window's open, so we're not. We're kind of tough in here, though. We're still toughing it out. We're just not getting wet.
That's right. That's right. That's right. We're the divas up in the booth.
Yes.
So we're on 4th down now. Ponitz is going to have to punt, and we'll see if Dunbar, again, as Tej mentioned to me just now, the ball is slick, and we could get more turnovers here as we progress. Oh, got a penalty. Delayed game? No, it's like.
Oh, what is that?
Legal substitution. Kicking team, 12 men on the field.
Too many people broke the huddle.
It's a 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Oh, those kind of mistakes.
Yeah, Dunbar has 2 return men back there. One of them is Jay Graves, and the other one is Xavier Alston.
Yeah.
It's like choose your poison. Both of those guys are dangerous as return men. So
I suppose the only thing worse is
they're
if you
trying
put
to punt
Young
it out
back
of
there.
bounds. Yeah.
Great punt once again by Ponitz.
Time.
Yep, and they're going to let it bounce. Great bounce for Ponitz.
Yes.
Well, solid bounce anyway.
Okay, but he kicked it high.
Yes.
His return team a chance to get down there. But he kicked one of those low ones, and very returnable. That would have been trouble tackling them in open field.
Oh, yeah. So Dunbar will get the ball back here. Bathmaster's 1st down.
See, opponents can come up with another turnover.
I'll tell you, they're scrappy. They got no quitting them.
They got 2 turnovers in the first half. I think they've turned the ball over, 3 times according to my count, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, and
all of the interceptions that could have went either way.
Well,
ball interceptions.
And I was going to ask you, Keith, playing high school football, the ups and downs emotionally in these games are so radical.
Yes.
With the kids.
But the early emotion is what both teams came out here with. They don't last. Your talent, and your wherewithal, has to kick in at some point.
Oh, you can see that ball slick there.
Yeah, the quarterback dropped the snap.
Yep. And is that the freshman you were mentioning before?
Yeah.
Okay.
The history is bright. I've seen him do some
great.
Look at that. He put it right on. But even when it's wet outside like it is now, you got to concentrate that much more.
Yes.
You got to look the ball all the way into your hands. You can't take for granted like it's not a hot day, summer day when it's dry. This is Ohio in the fall.
Yeah. Okay, here comes Young around the edge. All right,
he is so good.
Looks like a 1st down there for Young.
It's not. If it's not, it's going to be real close. Depends on the mark of the chains.
You're right. I think it might be a little short.
Okay, I guess they called it short. I wonder what play call they would call. I think we kind of know who should get it. Devontae, you ready? Let's see how that goes.
So freshman quarterback in and hands it off. That's number 2.
Oh.
That is Richard Armstrong. Pretty close.
Not a bad call either, but they got enough for the 1st down. He got forward progress at least.
Okay. So now with the ball being slick, you have to imagine Dunbar's thinking, let's try to run some clock.
Yes, yeah. Right? I mean, like I said, if they want to be a playoff team, and they definitely got to win tonight, I think the numbers will, come. The Ocean still trying to figure it out with, depending on what happens on Friday night with some other teams. But you have to win to have they increase your playoff chances tonight. Dunbar, they win tonight, they'll be 7-3, and it really looked. There's the ball loose again.
So on a Bathmaster first down, we got a fumble and a recovery by the freshman quarterback, Manley there.
Yeah, so you just didn't look it all the way in. It was a little high and hot, but it was still catchable. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it's one of those things, too, like even when you're playing wide receiver, if you're not watching that ball the whole time, it's real easy to miss those.
Oh, yeah.
Same with those snaps.
That's one of the things that one of my keys to the game was attention to detail, little things like that. It's week 12, week 10. You can't do that this last regular season game of the season.
No, you really can't. So the freshman Manley is going to take another snap here, 2nd and 25. Dunbar moving in the wrong direction.
Yeah, they bring a blitz, they bring pressure.
And incomplete, so they're going to be looking at 3rd and 25. Opponent's defense bend but not break. Definitely benefited by the missed snap. Here's a replay, Toyota replay the throw.
Yeah, that's pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, got a piece of his arm.
Yeah, Manley standing there tall, though. He felt the pressure, but he didn't flinch.
I'll tell you, when I was a freshman, I would have been starry-eyed getting out there high school football game under the lights like this. Good for him. All right, so 3rd and 25. Manley back to pass.
Screen.
Oh, we got a screen. Opponent sniffs it out.
Yes.
Big time. Great defense by the Golden Panthers. They will, or should anyway, get the ball back. I shouldn't say that.
Well,
we'll see what happens.
Dunbar went for 4th and 2 inside the 20 in the first quarter. So, will they punt? I think I see a couple extra bodies coming on the field. I think they are going to send the punt team out there.
I think with the ball being wet like this, it really limits their play calling here. So, yeah, they got to do it.
Yeah, and 4th and 25, I think it'd be a good time to punt.
I mean, they got some kids who can get over 25 yards a clip, but still.
Yes, they do.
I think this is the smart move. So we're under 6 minutes in the second quarter here. Dunbar still up 20-0 over Ponitz. We got a this could be big for Ponitz. Great play. Heads up play by the special teams of Ponitz. They're going to get the ball back inside Dunbar territory here for a Bathmasters first down.
Wow, I mean that was just sloppiness. I didn't think the snap was that bad. You got we know the ball is wet.
Yeah.
Look it in. I had a receiver coach when I was in Philadelphia. He didn't play that excuse. He's like, when you come back to it, I slipped. Why? It was raining. Didn't you know it was raining? You adjust your routes accordingly. It's cold. You adjust. So being a football player, we're all weather. It's always football weather. I was talking about my high school coach earlier, but that was really the main thing. He don't want to hear excuses.
Yeah.
Football players are built. We're not basketball players where we're playing in enclosed environments. We're not baseball players where if it's raining, the game's out. The only thing counts as a football game is lightning, and that's maybe.
Yeah.
Thunder doesn't even do it.
Maybe.
It has to be lightning.
Yeah.
So we got to be built for all seasons. We play no matter what the weather's like. And we don't complain.
Opponents, they're 2nd of the half.
So Ponitz will be taking a timeout. They got the ball inside Dunbar territory. We are going to take a short break here. We will be right back for more Thursday Night Lights. All right, welcome back. Lee's famous recipe chicken Thursday Night Lights, presented by Toyota. Dunbar is down to a 20-0 lead over Ponitz tonight, thanks to some big-time plays from their big-time playmakers. But Ponitz here, no quitting them. They are ready to rock and roll here inside Dunbar territory after a little bit of a miscue on the punt from Dunbar.
I always look at how you start a half and how you finish a half. Ponitz started off, a little slow. That's a pre-snap penalty. So they got the playoff.
Looks like the quarterback might have hurt his
Dead
hand
ball,
on that exchange.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
There's Ponitz. You're going the other way early, and again, get behind the chains. Instead of 1st and 10, you have a 1st and 15, and 1st and 10. You don't want 20. You don't want to do that too often. And you don't want to take that hit, and it doesn't count.
No, it always hurts a little bit more when it's colder out, doesn't it?
It does.
Unless you're inflicting it, of course.
But I'm talking about finishing the half. So we got 5 minutes to go here.
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to have a goose egg at halftime. Nobody likes to hear the coach, scream at you when you haven't scored. But if they can get something going here, put something up in this last 5 minutes and 23 seconds to feel good, and you want to close the half, strong and have some momentum going. Can they get the ball going into the second half?
No.
He threw that anyway.
Oh.
No, I thought he
should have kept the sack. So Dunbar is going to take this inside the 15-yard line.
I thought the whistle should have blown. He was wrapped up. How did he even get the ball out?
I thought he was down, but
yeah.
Referees said no. He threw the ball. Unfortunate mistake by their quarterback, Benson, there. So Dunbar will have possession. They have great field position, looking to put an exclamation point.
A second interception of the night.
Yeah, and this was an avoidable one, too. 74 didn't even get blocked.
Yeah.
And they threw it. Yeah.
Who's he throwing to?
Number 15.
But I thought the whistle was blowing. He was already going down.
Yeah, 74 had him pretty quickly off the line.
The offensive line wasn't on the same page because he.
Well, there's definitely a consistency to these interceptions tonight, Keith, and that is these quarterbacks falling backwards and throwing the ball. They got to learn to hold it and just take the sack.
Yeah, Sean Benson, he's got to hang on to that football.
Yeah.
You'll play on, second and longer yardage.
Oh, big-time defensive play off the snap from Ponitz.
They brought pressure. How do you stop a running back? Don't let him get started.
Yeah. So we're under 5 minutes here in the half. Ponitz on their heels trying to stop Dunbar from adding more points heading into the half because, as you mentioned, you want to have a little bit of an emotional lift going into the half.
Yeah, the opponents had great field position with 5 minutes, time to run any play in your playbook, and then you get that big, turn or interception. That hurts. Let's see if Dunbar can capitalize on it. They got second and 13.
Second and 13. They're letting the
so
clock
they can still get a first down.
And they're throwing. They got a guy. Nope, too far.
Just a little too strong. Just a little too strong.
So this is interesting here. We have 3rd and 13 now.
I think in Dunbar, this is 4-down territory. I think they're going to go for a 4th down. Even if they have a loss on this play, I think they'll still go for it because punting doesn't help. I don't know. They don't have a field goal kicker.
Well, and their defense has proven that it can hold its own, obviously, against Ponitz offense. So you got to trust them. And I agree. Put the exclamation point on it if you're Dunbar.
Yeah, but Ponitz is torn in between. Do we bring pressure and leave our defensive backs one-on-one in single coverage? Or do we, play coverage and, try to keep everything in front of us and make a tackle?
Last time on the
third
and long,
pressure.
They
They're bringing it all.
Oh, okay.
They're bringing it all.
And it works. How about that? But as you mentioned, we got 4th and 13. Got to imagine they're going to go for it here.
Do you bring pressure again like you did on 3rd down?
Gosh, it's tempting. It worked really well. But
don't give him the quarterback all day. There's a freshman quarterback in there.
Depends on if you're a gambling man. I guess what do you got to lose at this point? Down 20-0.
Javier Manley, they started with Jay Graves, more of a veteran, a senior quarterback. Now they're playing the freshman, and they're starting to bring more pressure on him.
Looks like we got a flag on the field, maybe?
There's an injury
Intentional
player.
grounding.
Offense.
Oh,
boy.
It's a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Also has a loss of down. 4th down.
Okay, a couple things going on. As you mentioned, Keith, we have an injured player on the field over there, and we have intentional grounding called on the freshman Manley there.
There was no receiver there. He did get rid of that one quick.
Yeah.
And he wasn't outside the tackle box.
But again, it goes back to...
Timeout.
Okay, here's the replay.
Injury.
So you can see, as you mentioned, Ponitz bringing the heat. Manley just trying
nobody
to
home.
Yeah, just trying to find somebody. No one was there. And it's these back foot throws that we continually see that are so dangerous with these quarterbacks. You got to drill it out of them because you're not unless you're Patrick Mahomes, you're not going to have many completions doing that.
No. And even Pat Mahomes, he put a lot of time in. His arm strength and his weapons are a little different than yours.
Yeah, that's right.
You're still growing up into this game.
Especially as a young freshman quarterback here. So Dunbar's got 4th and 13. Looks like the injured player was able to get off the field okay. We hope he's all right. Looks to be moving. And Ponitz is going to look for another big stop here. Boy, their defense, they've given up those couple big plays, but I'll tell you what, they came to play tonight, Keith.
They did. I mean, especially some of the seniors, you know, whether you're going to, wait a minute, this might be a penalty at Dunbar. They're breaking the huddle with 12 people.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, is he in or out? Wait a minute.
Okay,
yeah. Timeout.
Yeah. A little bit of confusion there.
For the snap, timeout.
That was
Dunbar,
a good timeout. Otherwise, it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah. Back them up even farther. So it remains 4th and 13. What would you dial up here, Coach Keith?
Well, 4th and forever. 4th and goal.
Yeah.
I'm just going to just run a regular pass pattern.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be, the ball doesn't have to be thrown in the end zone, you know, but I would just spread out the defense best I can and run something like a square in and throw the pitch and catch it, and hopefully my receiver can catch it and run for the first down. And if, you know, he's only 3 yards from the touchdown, between first down and a touchdown, it probably scored.
Yeah. Well, and I think with the athletes that they have in the special positions, I feel like you're right. They could do a quick pass and just let their guys do their thing.
Get them a chance to make a play.
Yeah, let them do their thing. So we'll see what the Wolverines
But I'm definitely looking
up.
for, you know, I'm trying to get the ball to Jay Graves or Devontae Young. Those are my top 2 weapons, you know, that I'm trying. Richard Armstrong also. And I think if you get the ball in either one of those players' hands, good things are going to happen.
And a wild card there, number 11, Barron White, who caught that touchdown earlier tonight.
Yeah, Jace Allen, they got weapons.
We'll see what Dunbar dials up. The freshman Manley behind center in the shotgun.
Are they going to bring an all-out blitz again?
Looks like it. Yep, they sure are.
Rusher.
Oh,
Javante
and
Graves.
Look at that part in the Red Sea. Yep.
He's close.
4th and 28.
He picked up quite a bit.
Yeah. It's interesting when he runs. It's almost just so smooth.
He's running at a different speed than everyone else.
Yeah, just cutting right through it. Can't teach that.
No, I mean,
You can hit the weights all you want. If you got speed, you got speed.
Yeah, he has a different level of speed.
Yeah, sure does. So, okay. Well, it looks like...
Yeah, believe it or not much time came off the clock, you know, from that turnover to where they are now. I think it was 5:23. Now we have 4-minute mark because they had incomplete passes.
And I can't tell. It looks like the mist has dissipated a little bit. Wind's still pretty good, though. It's tough to tell.
Yeah, I don't think it's raining anymore now. Our opponents, I would, you know, give my running game. It's been good to them overall. Give that a chance. They don't lose too many yards on that.
All right, there's number 2. Look at him. He's going to get around the edge. Gets out of bounds smartly there. That is Javante Barnes, a name that we've called a few times tonight. Yeah. That's a great play that they've been dialing up throughout the evening tonight. So they've got a long ways to go, but they got plenty of time, as you mentioned, to get down the field and at least get in a spot where they could potentially score here before that.
Look at that. It's 1st and 10, and they run for 6.
Yep.
And your quarterback doesn't take too much punishment.
It is wild watching every one of these plays, though, Keith, because the middle of that line is that is a tough Dunbar front. That front 7, oof.
It's hard to move them off the spot.
Man, they are.
The only thing that I would like to see the quarterback from Ponitz do is mix up his cadence.
Yes.
To try to slow him down. Go on, you know, instead of going on 1, go on 2, 3, you know, because they're getting buzzed in on it.
All right, so Ponitz now, second and 4.
He's going up here and snapping it on 1. The fumble?
Oh, is there a fumble here?
The referees haven't signaled anything
yet.
Yeah,
a little bit of a scrum here. We'll see what happens. 50, Elijah Appleberry, who's been all over the field as a defensive lineman tonight, says he's got the ball. They're calling it a turnover.
They're going to call it a turnover.
So Ponitz, after that nice first down play.
Is that a turnover or just a takeaway?
Here comes the replay.
Just took the ball away from him.
Oh,
the ball did. It is turnover.
Or bad exchange there.
Oh.
And then Appleberry was there with the recovery.
That's a little miscommunication. I don't think he...
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So Dunbar with another opportunity here. We'll see if they can take advantage, up 20-0. They go to Young.
They go to Young, and he gets
Young's
to run
got
that corner.
some
It's going to be tough to block, tough to
and
tackle.
he is in there. Or it looks like it. Or he went right out of bounds, right at the... Oh, that's a touchdown. That is a Donato's touchdown there. I was looking for the signal. I couldn't quite see it.
Yeah, the referees did not signal it.
Yeah.
We have a bad angle from where we're looking at it. Couldn't really see.
Couldn't see the line judge there, but it looks like a touchdown for Young.
Yep, that's Javonte Young's second touchdown of the night.
Okay, so I guess it was in fact a touchdown. So it's 26-0 now Dunbar. They're going for two again. And they'll hand off. That's in.
Ooh.
So 28.
Is it Armstrong?
Yep, that's Armstrong once again. So after a few missed opportunities, Dunbar, they take advantage of this one. And here's the replay. Look at the footwork there by Young. My goodness. I don't know how you stop that.
That's capitalizing on that mistake, on that fumble. I mean, he's jump cuts, speed, power.
Yeah, he's just going at a different level. All smiles there on the Dunbar sidelines as they take a 28-0 lead, thanks to Young there on that touchdown run and then two-point conversion by Armstrong. So Ponitz now, we've talked about this throughout the first half. They've shown flashes, they've had opportunities, but when you're going against a roster that, you know, got more kids and it's a little more challenging, and there's your scoring summary, a one-play 14-yard run by Young after that turnover, Rand Associates scoring summary. You got to play perfect. You have to play perfect. You can't have turnovers.
Yes,
you can't have
and that's next to impossible
penalties.
to do.
It is.
But if you're not going to play perfect, which is hard to do, you have to play to your strengths. Every team, no matter what your record is, has strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
And the key is to try to play to more of your strengths than before the other team can expose your weaknesses.
All right, so there's your Wright and Schulte kickoff there. A little squib kick recovered by Ponitz. So Ponitz with the ball back now. They're going to be have about 3 minutes and 30 seconds here to try to get some points before the half.
Yeah, I mean, I want them to go back to what they did in the last series.
I agree.
Other than fumble the ball. Trust your running game. That eats clock, and you want to make it a short game. You want Dunbar to have to drive the ball on you. Get him long fields instead of short fields where they, Dunbar can score from anywhere in the field. They've shown that already.
Right.
But don't make it easy on them.
No.
Make them work for everything they get. And so you can't have too many, self-inflicted mistakes. Make them make you force a mistake.
So we'll see if Ponitz here, they desperately need to have a long drive here to get into position to get some points before the half. Scoring for this offense has been a challenge throughout the year. Only 41 points going into tonight.
Yeah, that's a late whistle. Come on, ref, blow the whistle.
That's how you steal the ball. Yeah, that's how you steal the ball.
It's been stopped already. This is a straight fullback dive up the middle. Okay, blow the whistle now. Now. Blow the whistle now. And if I'm Dunbar, first guy tackles, the other 2 and 3, go for the ball. Try to snatch it out of there. I tell you, it's a beautiful night for football. Even though it was a little mist in the air, I mean, this is
Ohio
brand
football.
new Welcome Stadium. It's a great place to see football.
It's a great night for football. And, okay, here we go. We got a nice run there by 31.
Yeah, Cheval Ross.
Okay.
On the carry.
There's Ross. So if you're a coach, if you're Ponitz's coach here, if you're Coach Brown, what do you tell your kids here? You're down by 4 scores, but you've shown a lot of toughness. You've shown a lot of fight. How do you keep them going here as we get close to the second half?
Well, I think, Coach Brown has done a tremendous job this year. It's tough, when you're 0-9. you know, I take my hat off to all these kids. You got to be consistent, and he's been consistent with them all season long. And don't play, you know, touch to that. Oh, he had a guy. Oh, almost
had a guy. Dunbar drops the interception.
Yeah, I think the tight end didn't bend in quick enough for that pass in the middle.
And that was probably the most time that the.
He had a chance. I mean, look, you got just a little overthrow.
Oh. That might have been the most time Benson's had all night. They've struggled with pass protection, but he had that opportunity and just couldn't quite hook up with his tight end.
Not quite. But they're gonna go for it. No, they're going for a fourth down.
What do you think about this? What do you think about this? No, you think you punt it here?
Yes. Here comes pressure.
And
you can't take a sack. It's a fumble.
It's a
ball
fumble.
loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a beanbag when I'm about to call it a flag.
I'm glad you explained that to me because it does, from a distance, it does kind of look like a flag.
Look like a flag.
Yeah, it's a close enough color. All right, so no matter what, Dunbar will take over here as they look to add more points.
I would have punted there to give Dunbar a longer field to work with. Don't give him the short field.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that opponents went there and then they went up and he wasn't even in shotgun.
Well, and it's tough on 4th and 8. I could see 4th and 2, 4th and 1, but you get to 4th and 8 when you've struggled to have big chunk plays.
I was surprised
about it.
I was surprised when they went for that. Still got a whole half of football to play. And it's still a minute 44. Plenty of time for Dunbar to score here, you know, to close out the half and get points on the board. We hope maybe Ponitz can come up with another turnover. They have 3 tonight, so maybe they can get another one.
That's right.
He's going deep.
Yep.
He has a guy.
They got the quarterback there scrambling.
The freshman didn't see.
Manley's going to get a few and get out of bounds smartly. Good play by Manley there.
Sometimes the best decision is no decision. Don't throw that ball out there.
Don't throw off your back foot.
Just eat it. We'll play another down.
That's right. Live to talk another. Live to play another day.
2nd and 6 is not all bad.
Nope. All right, so we got 2nd and 6. As Dunbar is looking to extend their lead up 20-0 over Ponitz tonight.
Remember, it's the month of October. It's Breast Awareness Month. You see a lot of pink on the field. The cheerleaders are in pink.
You love to see that. People really rally around that.
I love to see
every
things
October.
like that. Absolutely.
You know, I know our television station does Mammal Monday. We share stories of survivors. It's a great month to raise awareness for that tough disease.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Look, the opponents still running around to the football.
They are.
The defenders are there.
They are. There's a good play by Ponitz there. So we got 3rd and about 3rd and 4. Minute 15 and counting left. You wonder if Dunbar dials up Graves deep.
Or Devontae Young around the end.
Or they just hand it off to Young. And just let him do his thing.
Well, they got trip receivers to the right.
Yeah, they got single, although the safety looks like. Ponitz might get the sack here instead. Oh, great play by Manley. Wow. And look, maybe a late hit here.
Yeah, that is a late hit. He almost tackled him on the track. You got to
yeah, you got to play smart. Frustration
and
setting in.
Franklin Metcalf was lost. He was there in the coverage, but then he lost where he was on the field. He was off the field. I know what out of bounds line is.
Personal foul. Defense number 11. That penalty be half the to the goal. First down, Dunbar.
I'm sorry, that was Shamir Cunningham. Sorry, Franklin.
All right, some great pursuit by that Ponitz defense. They've really played their hearts out tonight. Yeah, you can't do this. Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the white stripe. Yeah, just let go. That can't do that.
And you wonder if some of these frustration penalties would kick in here. That might have been one of them.
Yeah, I think that was. But we got to give a credit to the freshman quarterback.
Yeah, great play.
Jaden Manley, he didn't panic, found the receiver.
All right, we are in the red zone. That is the Donato's delivery zone, Donato's Pizza. Always a great call after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com, where you know every piece is important.
I'd go for some Donatos.
I was about to say, I'm
halftime.
kind of hungry now. Hook us up, Donatos. I'm just kidding.
Yes. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I know it's in the building.
We got those great concession stands at Welcome Stadium. They've done some fantastic renovations here. Dayton Public Schools have. This stadium is, if you haven't been here in a year, you're going to be shocked when you walk through the doors. It is gorgeous.
They're pleasantly shocked, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
The state track meet is here this year.
That's right.
In 2024, Ohio OSHA, the state track meet, all three or four divisions of track and field will be here at this Welcome Stadium.
That'll be a great place to host it. I believe the capacity here is around 10,000.
Yes, yes. I ran track here when I was in high school.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, I was on 2-time state champion teams at my high school, Roth High School. We won the state my junior and senior year. My senior year, I was on the 4x1 relay.
Oh, that is a
Second
tough relay.
leg. Yes, I should love it.
That's a tough. You really got to get that timed out right.
Oh yeah, we did not drop the baton exchange.
Do you guys still remember your relay time?
Yes, our fastest time was 41.8.
Woo, that's cooking.
Yes, I think it's still an Ohio State meet record.
That is cooking.
We was moving out.
All right, speaking of cooking, Dunbar is looking to get some more points here.
Oh,
Manly
boy.
on the scramble. He will go down. He will go down. Great play by Ponitz defense there.
They're still running. I think Dunbar may have to use their last timeout.
Yeah, because we know Dunbar's not going to be kicking a field goal.
But the
here.
clock is still running.
It is still running. Dunbar's got, looks like they got 2 timeouts. Not sure what they're doing here. Some confusion. I'm not sure.
Is somebody going to tell them to have a timeout?
Unless they put in
They
a
said they don't need them.
Yeah, I guess not. Now they're going to call it? Okay.
Somebody's going to call it. There they go.
Boy, that was a lot of time wasted there before that
I know
timeout.
Ponitz is not
Dunbar.
upset they didn't call timeout
Our
earlier.
second charge time of the half. Please reset the game clock to 7 seconds. Thank you.
All right, so that was an interesting sequence. Not sure. There must have been some sort of miscommunication between the sidelines and the offense there, but for whatever reason, the timeout wasn't called 15 seconds before on
that's
the
a
clock.
lot of time to let this get off the clock.
Now, in fairness to Dunbar, they have proven that they can score in about 7 seconds. So
Yes,
we'll see.
indeed. We got plenty of time.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. They definitely got the playmakers to do it, but that Ponitz defensive line and linebackers, they have been getting after Manly tonight, running for his life.
The kids are into it. I'm hearing the music is playing here in the stadium. It has everybody's head bobbing a little bit, including mine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's getting a little chilly out there as we get through the month of October. Had a little bit of rain earlier, some mist. It seems to have dissipated, so we had several turnovers if you're just joining us, partly because of the ball being a little slick. All right, so here we go. Final play of the half, most likely. The freshman Manley in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He lost his footing. Ponitz he's throwing off his back foot. 2 seconds, 1 second. Looks like they might get
1 second, maybe one more play.
Yeah, looks like they're going to get one more shot. But I'll tell you what, Manley has been running for his life on these last few. I wonder if they're going to get him for grounding.
Intentional grounding. I'm thinking.
Might be grounding. That would be the second time that's happened, I believe, to Manley tonight.
So I think that
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense number 0. That'll be half the distance to the goal. The clock will start on a legal snap.
Wow, so Dunbar is going to get a huge benefit
they're going to take
here.
advantage of this one.
Man, so they're going to be inside the 10 now after taking that big sack, or almost sack. They got a second left. They got one more play. So we'll see. We'll see if Ponitz just brings the house again.
Well, I was interested to see how they're going to play it. 1 second to go. Either touchdown or nothing.
And they got an end around.
He's got to get in the end zone to get points on the board. He's still running, but
not happening.
Not going to make it.
Not happening. So we go to halftime. Dunbar 28, Ponitz 0. This has been a first half of massive plays tonight by Dunbar and some big ones by Ponitz as well, but ultimately the points were from Dunbar tonight on a big pass play, big run play, and several others.
Both teams are probably looking forward to going to the locker room and warm up a little bit, dry off a little bit.
Well,
or get hydrated, get some water.
It's interesting because I know Dunbar is up 28-0, but even if you're the coach and you got the team up like this, there's been some mistakes that would frustrate the heck out of me that your team made tonight that I would want to address. Same with Ponitz.
Oh yeah, I mean you've had some bad penalties, lack of focus, by both teams.
Yeah.
When the weather has changed, even though you had some miss, but you still got to pay attention to the little things and take care of the football, and that is, everybody wants it, and if you have it, you got to keep it.
All right, let's go down to Taze Joshi, who's got the head coach of Dunbar right now.
Definitely a dominant first half for you guys. What was the key to coming out with that good energy tonight?
Well, no, this is our seniors' night, last night at home, and they're just feeding off of each other right now.
Of course, we're looking forward to the second half, Coach. I'll let you get back to the locker room with the guys. We'll chat with you later.
All right, appreciate it.
Back to you guys up in the broadcast booth.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Short and sweet. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with halftime.
The Halftime Report is sponsored by Wright & Schulte.
Welcome into our halftime show. The score is 28-0 here at halftime. Dunbar leads, and of course, as we often do every week here at halftime, we chat with community leaders from both schools, and that is exactly what we are doing right now, chatting with our friend, the principal over at Dunbar, of course, first-year principal as well. Principal Bailey, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm feeling good. Happy to be chatting with you. It's a big night for you guys, senior night. Maybe you can just talk to me about this senior group. Why is senior night, the energy around it, such a big deal for you and the whole school?
Senior night is really exciting for all of our students. They have put the time in for these 4 years. They put in a lot of hard work, and they're excited for what comes next.
And of course, some of those festivities are going to be happening right behind us during halftime. Maybe you'll catch a glimpse of them at home. Before we get to that, though, I want to make sure we talk about Dunbar. For those who are watching at home, maybe aren't familiar with the school, can we talk about who you guys are? How would you describe the Dunbar community?
The Dunbar community is a family. When you talk to any alumni or current students, they will tell you that we're a family. We love on each other, we fight with each other, but in the end, we come back to live and learn at Dunbar.
Well, of course, you've been a part of the Dunbar community for a while, but your first year as the principal, what has that been like? What's this year been like?
This year has been learning for me. It has been a transition that I enjoy. I'm happy to be back. This is my 4th year officially with Dunbar, but it has been a good year just to be back with my family, my students. I miss them. And just to see the change and to help build that culture.
Well, of course, this is a football broadcast, so let's talk sports here for a second. Looking good for you guys tonight. What's the vibe been in the building all week with playoffs on the horizon?
They have been really excited. This is their last official home game, season game, and they were, of course, excited to have senior night and go against Ponitz and see where we end up for playoffs.
And I always like to do this because we have got, of course, fall season right now, fall sports season, but we got to talk about the winter sports. Basketball's coming soon, too. How pumped are you for that to continue soon?
I'm really excited because it's warm and we are in the gym, and we have an excellent basketball team that made it to the district, so we're excited to see how far they go this year.
All right, and my last question for you. This is your chance to brag about everything happening at Dunbar. What is the one thing I haven't asked you about that you were most proud to tell everybody at home? What's something that they got to know about the Dunbar schools, the Dunbar community?
Most excited about this year, we have added a lot of new classes. We've added some podcasting to our classes. We've added a new agriculture program. So there's new things that our students can take that they are not used to.
Podcasting, very exciting. If your students ever want to come by our station and see the podcasting studio there, I'll be happy to give them a tour. Of course, we're going to have more of our halftime show coming up a little bit later. Right now, the score is 20-0 here at halftime. Stick around after this quick commercial break. Welcome back to our halftime show. The score at halftime is 28-0. Dunbar as leading, and as we often do, we're continuing to chat with community leaders from both schools. That extends now to the principal over at Ponitz. Of course, it is a pleasure to be chatting with you, Principal Christian. How are you doing tonight? Maybe not the football score you were hoping for, but still a fun, great night, isn't it?
Absolutely. I'm excited to be here tonight. I'm excited the weather has held off, and we're able to just do what we're going to do.
And of course, like I said, maybe not the score you and the score that you and the school were hoping for tonight, but from what I've seen, your team and your coaches, they've been playing hard despite whatever the rough season has been. Can you just talk to that a little bit? Why has this been such a positive year? Maybe not on the scoreboard, but for the kids growing.
This has been a positive year for us because we have majority of our freshmen out there this year. They're actually out there working with our upperclassmen that are, moving up or about to leave and go to college. And so they're going to be trained, to be able to get out here and do what they need to do so that we can start winning some games.
Laying down the roots for the future of the football program. Let's talk about the school overall here over at Ponitz. How would you describe the community? What's most important to you and the entirety of the school?
It's important to me to build the culture, and that is what we are actually doing in the building. The culture has changed. Students are excited. They're happy to come to school. We have teachers coming to school. We don't have as many absences as we used to have previous. So we're just really excited about building up our program and getting our kids together with the CTE program so that we can start working with our businesses in the community.
All right, my last question for you. Look into the future. What are you most excited about? That could be on the athletic side, the academic side. What is most important to you coming forward over at Ponitz?
It's most important to me to just make sure that we do everything that we can do. Ponitz students walk in excellence with pride, and I want them to be proud of the school that they go to. I want them to stand strong, wear their uniforms proud, and talk about Ponitz, represent Ponitz in a positive light in our community.
Of course, your first year as the principal at Ponitz. I'm sure it's still a learning experience for you, but we're happy you took some time to chat with us, wishing you and the whole school the best going forward.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Of course, our halftime show is going to continue after this. Remember, the score is 28-0 at halftime. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Welcome back to our halftime show. The score, of course, right now is 28-0 at halftime. We are now chatting with a community leader who, in a way, represents both schools here tonight. The Chief of Athletics for DPS, our friend Victoria. How are you doing tonight? I'm sure it's been a busy night for you.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing great. Anytime you can have senior night, two teams out here. We had somebody sing the national anthem. Our bands are out. So it's a great day here at Dayton Public Schools.
Well, let's talk about what your job entails for a little bit, because when I hear Chief of Athletics for DPS, I'm thinking, do you sleep during football season? Because you're probably all over the place. Can you just walk me through a day in the life?
Hey, we have a lot of activities here. Just in general with our district, we have so many sports offerings. We have so many schools that we serve. But it definitely takes a team. So here tonight we have our associate ADs, we have site coordinators, we have our facility coordinators, our custodians. Everybody plays a role. Our SROs, and of course our building and administration. And honestly, we have our superintendent here and board members. Throughout this process, we try to just make sure the operations run smoothly and make sure that everybody has a good experience.
A big community coming together to make events like this happen. Let's talk about Welcome Stadium for a second, though, where everything is happening tonight. You guys, I know, have put a lot of work into renovations here. I got to see some of them firsthand tonight. What are you most proud of?
You know what? When you go back to 1949 and the conditions that we had when I got here, I just think the renovation totally was a win for everybody. For our student athletes, our community to be able to have something that they're proud of. And, it took a team, our board support, our superintendents, and, project managers, so many moving parts. So I believe as a whole, I just think when you hear renovation, I just think that we were energized with this project.
Of course, let's just chat for a little bit more about DPS and football in general. Let's just chat for a second. What are you looking forward to about any teams that might make the playoffs here, including potentially Dunbar? What does that mean for you as Chief of Athletics over the entire DPS?
It's about the kids, and anytime you can have an opportunity to even be considered for the playoffs, we know that that's a big deal. So we're excited, we're hopeful, that we can make that, because we have a lot of great things happening right now, and that just would be the icing on the cake.
Of course, it was a pleasure to chat with you and so many other great community leaders here at halftime. We're going to be back with more of our halftime show after this commercial break. The score is 28-0. We'll see you after this. Welcome back to the halftime show. The score is 28-0 here at halftime. Dunbar is leading, and all season long, our Thursday Night Lights broadcasts have been brought to you by many sponsors. The chief among them is a team from Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. We've been chatting with them throughout the season about why this is so important to them. Let's continue with tonight's broadcast with our friend Cameron Langer. How you doing tonight?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm feeling good, and we talked about this week 1, and we're going to talk about it week 10. Why is it important to you, the team at Lee's, that you guys are so involved in helping us to make these high school football broadcasts possible?
These kids work hard. They work hard day in, day out. They deserve a little sunshine on them on Thursday nights, so we're happy to be a sponsor this year.
Well, let's talk about Lee's for a second here. First of all, what do you guys got going on right now in terms of catering or any other food that you want to highlight for our audience at home?
Sure. We have plenty of catering packages for football season, strips, bone-in chicken, as well as dippers. We also have the Buckeye Box, which is a perfect meal, again, for football season. So,
really quick, very last thing, there's 2 Lee's locations in the area near tonight's game. Where are they?
Yeah, they got one on Linden Avenue right down 35, and then one up off of Troy Street.
Of course, we appreciate you and your whole team for being major sponsors throughout the season. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Happy to do it.
And speaking of the kids, as he mentioned, we are now highlighting scholar athletes from tonight's broadcast.
Throughout the 2023 season, the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group will recognize an exceptional senior student scholar athlete from each participating school. Here are this week's Jeff Schmidt Auto Group scholar athletes.
From Ponitz, Javante Barnes. Javante is a member of the football, baseball, and track teams. He has a 3.22 GPA and has been on Ponitz principals list. Javante is also a school record holder in the 300-meter hurdle. He is part of the Males of Color group, and in his off time, he loves to help out his community. From Dunbar, DeAndre Bean. DeAndre is a captain of the Dunbar football team and is also a member of the baseball and track and field teams. He has been named All-Conference and All-Tri-State. DeAndre has been on the consecutive honor roll all 4 years at Dunbar and received the Perfect Attendance Award. He's on the student council and the yearbook staff. He is also a student advisor and Mentoring Moments leader and school ambassador. DeAndre volunteers at his church and helps to distribute food and clothing to area food banks and homeless shelters. He will pursue a degree in business administration at Defiance College.
The Jeff Schmidt Auto Group is proud to sponsor the Scholar Athlete Award, featured on Thursday Night Lights. We are honored to recognize these scholar athletes from all over the Miami Valley for their outstanding academic and athletic achievements.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Cotterill, the West Point commit. West actually looking to make a shot downfield. He finds his man. It was Ethan Renew, the sophomore, making the biggest play of his season.
This could very well be the ball game. Drill looking to get within one with the touchdown. They'll throw the same pass to the other side right there, and caught. Touchdown, Dreer.
He's able to run. Oh, and he's leveled. It's Xavier Jones again.
Throwing deep. It tipped. He got it. And caught by Charleston. Touchdown. He fell, but he's in.
In the backfield, bit of a bad snap. It went wild, but Robertson takes it himself and dives, and he's got the touchdown.
This kid makes things happen when not everything's going right.
Be fielded right at the goal line. And the Clemens Buffaloes bring it out across midfield and break it. Across the 35 to the 40, down the sideline, and gone. An opening night touchdown return. Here's Miles Davis. This kid is a Texas A&M commit. He is the real deal. He finds a seam. He's breaking it across the 30 to the 35. He's still on his feet. Watch out. Davis to the 40. Gets a block. Got to get one more. Touchdown.
I'm attorney Michael Allwright. I'm proud to be a sponsor of Thursday Night Lights again this year. I'm happy to take part in such a great community event. It is an honor to support this sponsorship, bringing families, communities, and people together to celebrate the sportsmanship of all athletes. Let's all celebrate together, and remember, if you've been injured in an accident, make the right choice.
The Halftime Report has been sponsored by Wright & Schulte.
Welcome back to Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Thursday Night Lights, presented by Toyota. Dunbar out to a 28-0 lead over Ponitz on the back of some big-time plays from their running game and passing game tonight. Ponitz, on the other side, has been fighting back. They have been showing a lot of grit tonight, and they have not shown any signs of quit. A lot of turnovers, some sloppy football with the weather the way it was earlier tonight with some some misty rain and some wet football. But here we go, starting the second half now. And Ponitz will be receiving. They need to get something going tonight because so far their offense has had a couple of nice plays here and there, but they haven't been able to put together a consistent drive yet. And unfortunately for them, it's cost them because Dunbar is a team you cannot have many mistakes against. And for Ponitz tonight, they have had enough that they put Dunbar in position several times to capitalize. So here's our kickoff. Wright and Schulte kickoff here to start the second half. And it's that little squib kick. They fall on it smartly. So here's your halftime stats. Dunbar clearly in the big-time lead here. We knew going in, Keith, that their offenses were drastically different from one another. Ponitz has had trouble getting an offense generated all year long. Dunbar, on the other hand, has had some big-time playmakers from their running backs to their quarterbacks and receivers.
Listen, I mean, and Dunbar has really dominated this half. I mean, the first half of football, 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
That just really, hurts your team. And Dunbar has done a good job of taking the ball away from opponents. But opponents, when they've had good field position, they haven't capitalized on it. They haven't had it much. But here they are. They got good starting position now. And the last couple series, they've been 1st and 10 and then 2nd and 15 or more. And maybe they can turn that around in the second half.
Yeah, they cannot be put in those spots. Another tough way to start here. You can see Appleberry, number 50. He's had a heck of a game. Their entire front seven for Dunbar has just been completely dominating the line of scrimmage for the most part.
The game is won in the trenches.
Yeah.
I mean, and
no doubt.
Dunbar is dominating in the trenches on, more so on defense than offense. And offense as well, but defense especially, more so. Here we are, I just mentioned it, 1st and 10, and then next thing you know, it's 2nd and 13 or 14 or 15, and here it is 2nd and, 14, is that they're just getting too much penetration. In the first half, they ran one screen that was somewhat successful, and I would try to come back to it if they're just bringing that many people at me.
Well, they've made Ponitz really one-dimensional because they can't run up the middle. They can barely run to the side. But here's a nice play that's worked for them a few times. There's Javante Barnes there getting a nice gain.
Yeah, they get on the edge. They just be one broken tackle away from busting a big run. And, Dunbar is just – they've been in it. They're not breaking. They're like, it looks like he's good. I almost went all the way. Almost got away for a big run. But, here we are back at third down. Now they're back to the original line of scrimmage. And what are they going to dial up? I'm not sure. They don't have any yards passing yet, but they've been close.
They have been. They've had a few opportunities. They just haven't been able to connect. And a big part of that is that front seven for Dunbar has just been completely dominant and has shut down the front of that defense in the middle, and they don't have any time for this quarterback to throw.
I don't know if they're going to get this play off in time. Barely.
Okay, smartly rolling out. Oh. Incompletion. Well, I liked what they did there, though, Keith, because they tried it towards the end of the first half where they rolled the quarterback out a little bit because he could not stand in the
you got to move the pocket. It was a half roll. He moved away from pressure, still taking a hit. But, give credit Dunbar. They got penetration, and they still had that backed up with good coverage.
Yeah, and shout out to that Ponitz quarterback, Benson. He's taken a lot of hits tonight, and he's standing tall and standing tough in there.
He could play for me. He's resilient.
Yeah, I'll take resilient kids any day. Absolutely. So here's the punt. Punter for Ponitz, well, not one of his best ones tonight. He's had some, I was just about to say he's had some great punts, but this one got away from him, it looks like.
Yeah, it come off and split a little funny that time. Went straight up in the air.
Yeah, so Dunbar's going to have fantastic field position to start the second half. They've been playing a freshman quarterback. That is Manley. That is Javian Manley. And he's talking about poise. He's shown a lot of poise.
He's getting he's gotten quality snaps all season long.
Yeah.
They start with Jay Graves. And then, and then they go to the freshman usually by the second quarter because Jay Graves is so versatile. He can play quarterback, wide receiver, running back.
Yeah.
It's good to have those options, available to you.
Well, and you can't coach confidence. This is confidence for this young man. So Manley back to pass here on first down. Tipped and intercepted.
Can he
Benson.
go all the way?
He's
Can
close.
he score?
Young tracks him down. The track
star. That's the state champion. I heard it.
What a play. And I believe that's their quarterback. Yeah, that's their quarterback. That's Ponitz' quarterback. And Benson. Wonderful play there.
It tipped ball I just mentioned earlier. When you rally to the football, good things happen.
Boy, and Young went full DK Metcalf on that. Just tracked him down. Here's the replay.
Look at the ball gets tipped up.
Perfect play by the defender. Do it. Got it. Look at him go. I love it.
And the next level speed out of Devontae Young.
Yeah, I don't blame Benson getting
anybody
caught by
else
Young.
He scores.
Yeah.
But that's the state champion hurdler.
Yeah, and
running him down.
And I'll tell you, good on Young, too. That's great hustle. Oh, this looks like a nice play. I like what they're doing with Barnes.
Nice cut
He's
back.
close. Gets inside the 5. This might be Ponitz' opportunity here. Maybe a little bit of second half momentum now.
They haven't scored very many points this season.
They have not.
But, here we are, second half.
Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, of course, it is always a great call. Keith and I just had some pizza ourselves.
Yes, I did.
Order online for pickup or delivery, Donatos.com.
Thank you, Donatos.
Yeah, that's right. Every piece is very important, especially for your friendly play-by-play and color announcers.
I think they're going for it on fourth down. It's only second
100%.
down, but they got 3 more chances to make it.
Oh, look, they do the push play. The push play.
The Philly push.
They took it from the Eagles.
Yeah, the Philly shove. The brotherly shove, as we call it in Philadelphia.
They work pretty well. They got a flag,
there's 2
though.
flags with it. Maybe they didn't get set.
Oh, shoot.
I think they kind of rushed it. I think it's there we go. What's the call?
Illegal shift.
Sideline interference. Maybe you can't do the brotherly shove
in high school.
In high school football. I think that's maybe what it is.
So while we get reset here, we go to the 9-yard line.
I love high school football. I'm sitting here looking at the cheerleaders.
Oh, they're having a great time.
They're doing the roll call, the cheerleader roll call. Every cheerleader, she goes to the middle, she does her routine, and then they go to the next guy. Look at them.
Offense. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Assisting the runner, okay.
They don't like the brotherly shove.
No. They don't want any of that in high school football.
Way to go, cheerleaders.
Yeah, they look great. They're having a great time.
My wife was a cheerleader. And
oh, yeah?
I can't remember her roll call. She's going to get me when I get home. Her name is Monica.
We won't tell her. We won't tell her. All right, so we're going to try this again. 2nd and goal. Go back to Barnes. This time they snuff it out, so we're going to be 3rd and goal now. 3rd and a very long goal.
I wonder if they have a field goal kicker. Will you kick a field goal?
I might do it for the points.
Yeah,
here.
Just for the points.
Yeah.
We got 3rd down.
Break the shutout.
Get the ball toward the middle of the field.
I like that. Yeah.
And then kick a field goal.
It's not a bad idea. We'll see what Coach Brown dials up here.
He's got playing time on the play clock, but he's calling it with confidence.
Yeah.
Now they have to go out and execute it with even more confidence.
Yeah, they cannot have any mistakes here. This is a big-time play for Ponitz.
Anything to get that goose egg off the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah.
He's not in shotgun. He's underneath the center. He's
throwing the fade. Oh, he's got his guy.
Oh, the ball came out.
Oh, man. What an effort. What an effort.
I like the call. I like the play calling.
He had protection, too. Shout out to the Ponitz offensive line there. They gave him time. Great throw. Great effort on the catch. Just couldn't quite pull it in. Oh. Good defense there by Dunbar. You got 2 guys on him. Yep.
He got his hands on it.
His arm in there by the defender.
The clock is running. The play clock I'm talking about. Not the game clock. So it's 14 seconds. They're going to call.
They are going to kick a field goal. They're going for the field goal. They want the points.
Make sure it doesn't get blocked. You may have to call timeout. Make sure you got the right blockers in there.
Yeah, 5.
You got to call timeout.
Yep.
Because Dunbar would have gotten penetration and blocked that one and maybe a scoop and score, so that's a good timeout.
Yep, I agree. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Ponitz on the doorstep of scoring. All right, welcome back to Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Thursday Night Lights presented by Toyota. 28-0 Dunbar, but Ponitz just getting an early second half interception to bring it within striking distance. They're about to bring out their field goal unit to try to put some points up on the board here. It's fourth and a very long goal. And Keith, as we were discussing before and during the break, they got to get their protection straight because that Dunbar defensive line is nasty.
They are. They've been dominating in the trenches, and they would love to get through and block this punt. I mean, block this extra point. This field goal.
Snap is up.
Wow.
Kick is okay. We had some movement or something on the line before the kick.
Dead ball. Neutral zone infraction.
Dunbar was trying to get a little too soon.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty.
Okay.
Fourth down.
So
kick becomes a little closer now.
Yeah, a little bit closer. And I'm sure he's happy about that because the kick that he got off on that one that didn't count was not what he was looking for. So he's going to get another opportunity here.
They tried to jump the snap count to get that penalty.
Yeah, they sure did.
Well, how long is this field goal? Is only going to be, 23 yards?
Yeah, that sounds about right. So here we go.
Yeah, he really...
Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is no good, but we got another.
They roughed the kicker.
Did they rough him? We got another flag.
I was looking at the ball, but I saw a lot of blue shirts in the backfield.
I saw an aggressive flag thrown, that's for sure, so we'll see.
He was roughing the kicker. It might be automatic first down.
I think you're right. So opponents might get a break here.
Get 3 more cracks or 4 more
Personal
cracks
foul,
at it.
roughing the kicker.
Oh, boy.
Defense, number 34. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
All right, Keith, you called it. So now opponents gets 3 more shots, and they cannot go backwards here.
No, they cannot.
Here's the replay, Toyota replay.
Oh.
So not an aggressive, egregious one, but enough that it's going to get the flag every time.
Yeah, if his leg was up, I mean, they could have called running into the kicker.
Yeah.
Either way, it would have been a penalty, but roughing the kicker gets you automatic, first down.
All right, so Dunbar is going to take a timeout, reset here as we get ready for first and goal from the Golden Panthers. This is easily the best field position that they have had all game so far, Keith. I wonder, what are they going to do? I mean, they can't pass it, I don't think, here. They have to try to run.
Right. I mean, you're Dunbar. You're trying to protect your shutout.
Now, I wonder, Keith, you mentioned before that you wanted to get one play. Maybe they could get you out there.
Give me one shot. Who's that guy?
Who is that handsome man? That is Keith.
That is me from circa 1982, playing for the Raw Falcons. Turn around the corner.
Man.
I think I got mean intentions, similar to what Devontae Young has when he comes around that corner for Dunbar. Yeah, but that's me, and wow. I love that picture.
How big were you in high school?
I was 6'2", 225.
My goodness. So you're basically NFL ready as a high schooler.
Yes, I was.
Look at that ball. It looks like a little Nerf ball in those hands of yours.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that was coming around there, around the corner.
At Welcome Stadium.
That's here at Welcome Stadium. This is my backyard. This is where I grew up playing and excited about being it.
Say hello.
Hey, guys. Hello, family.
That's such a wonderful picture. That's great.
It brings back a lot of good memories. Welcome Stadium is my home.
Oh, man.
I love this place.
Well, my goodness. Well, they could definitely use you here on the first and goal attempt.
Here we go.
We'll see what they do. Oh, they fumbled the snap. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is exactly what we said could not happen.
That's the one thing, and
Dunbar's going to get it back. So Dunbar, wow.
Had a chance for a field goal, and they get the takeaway.
Man.
That's their 5th turnover of the night.
Boy, that's tough. That's the kind of thing, I don't know, in your experience, because you've had to deal with, teams that maybe go through emotions like this for opponents, how do you get your guys back focused? That's a big backbreaker for a team.
Oh, boy. I mean, that is tough. I mean, it's just... Wow, it's just one of those Murphy's Laws, dude.
Yeah.
When things are going bad, anything that could go wrong will go wrong. And that's exactly what happened to opponents right there. That was the one thing that could go wrong that would, really prevent them from getting points on the board as a turnover.
Man, and I don't believe in jinxes, but I feel like I might have jinxed him when I said they could not go backwards. That's unfortunate. So Dunbar will take over deep inside their own zone. They're going to go up the middle here on the carry to Graves. He takes it back outside, close to a first down for the Wolverines.
Graves is very versatile. Very versatile player.
He really is. You know, a lot of the attention goes to Young for obvious reasons because, you know, Graves is a smaller kid, but boy, he's shifty. He's got some moves.
Yes, he does. I mean, that's
might be a face mask.
Yeah, close to a horse collar.
Yeah.
This ref said I don't see it all. Graves said I felt it.
They were probably tired from throwing the flag so much tonight. Maybe, I don't know.
Yes.
So
they've had a lot of reps today doing that.
Yeah, they sure have. So 2nd and 6 here. The handoff right up the middle, and they'll get the first down and continue to run some clock.
You know, I mentioned earlier, you know, the game is won in the trenches.
Yeah.
And Dunbar has done that on both sides of the ball. Their defensive line has certainly just been penetration all night long, and that offensive line have opened up some holes, you know, for these running backs as well.
Well, and we continue to tease us, we're talking about food. Arby's first down there. It's a situation for Dunbar now where they could really milk some serious clock. Now, if you're just tuning in, Ponitz's defense has been having some great moments tonight. They've gotten several sacks. They got some turnovers.
I'm trying to figure out what this flag, what the whistle's for.
Dead ball. False start.
No, false.
Offense number 61. It's a 5-yard penalty, first down.
I didn't see it.
No, me neither.
But the ref did.
Ponitz saw it, though, I'm sure. So Dunbar's going to 1st and 15 now. And we'll see what they go with. They've been running just straight at the Ponitz defense. A defense, again, that, you know, the score doesn't show it, but they've been playing pretty tough. They had some big plays against him, but overall they've played pretty tough tonight.
They have 2 turnovers. They've turned the ball over.
Oh, that's an interesting play.
They've taken the ball away from Dunbar twice tonight.
Yeah, they sure have. That was an interesting play because it looked like from up here the quarterback was looking at a different receiver. And we have another Arby's first down there. He was looking at a different receiver and did the Mahomes where he throws it while he's not looking at it. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, it was a great pass nonetheless, and that is Bozeman. I thought from up here he was
about to break that and get his second touchdown of the night.
Yeah. So Dunbar on the move. They're on the 36. Okay, there's Young. Young goes down right away. Great stop by the opponent's defense. They've struggled with Young, as all defenses had all season this year.
Yeah, that was a low snap. You know, allowed enough time for opponents to get some penetration.
So Young has his first negative carry of the night tonight.
He's switching quarterbacks now.
Yeah, that's an interesting strategy to keep switching in and out the quarterbacks. It's worked real well for him.
It's a little tough for the center. He doesn't know who's back there. Is the guy a little taller, a little shorter? Which way is a high snap or a low snap?
That's right. He's got to change the angle, doesn't he?
Yes.
So there goes Graves. He's got some moves himself.
Oh, he's just hard. The first guy just never hard to get him down.
Yeah, he's got some serious juice there. He gets it down 8 yards on the play, so they'll have 3rd and short as the clock continues to wind on the 3rd quarter.
I mean, your opponents, some good things have happened to you this quarter. You just haven't been able to finish it.
Yeah.
They wonder if they can get off the field without Dunbar scoring on this possession. You know, that would, because once you go up 30 points in high school in Ohio, they have you on a running clock.
That's right. Right.
So that's one of the reasons why opponents definitely want to stop them now. Because even if Dunbar settles for a field goal, even though they don't kick, any points from here, you know, we give Dunbar a 30-point lead.
So there goes Armstrong. Doesn't appear like he has.
I think he's short.
Is he short? Yeah. Dunbar, I assume, will go for it.
Did the Dunbar bring their punter to the game today?
I don't think they have a kicker. No.
Yeah, a kicker or a punter.
No.
Because they've even squibbing even when they kick off.
I know kickers can get a hard time sometimes, but this seems a little mean.
But, you know, the kickers on the team is always the most conditional love. We love kickers when they make game-winning kicks. We hate them when they miss anything else. So
that's right.
They know where they fit in on the player hierarchy.
We joke with our weather people that they're the same way. When they give us good weather, we love them. When they give us bad, we don't as much.
You don't want to speak to them in the break room.
That's right. There goes Young around the
Young
edge.
Just running through tackles.
Yeah.
Still running.
He's got that first. Goes down. So Dunbar creeping closer into Ponitz territory here. That is an Arby's first down once again.
I tell you, the college recruiters in this area, they need to really get a look at Devontae Young. I know he has some MAC schools, and nothing wrong with the MAC. I love the MAC conference. Yeah. But there should be some other conferences also looking at this kid.
I agree, and he looks like he's a very strong kid, too.
Yeah, a pretty good student as well.
Yep.
And but I think some schools that don't know if he wants to concentrate solely on football or track and field. He is state champion, high hurdler. I know I couldn't jump hurdles. I could just jump. I would have to dive over like I'm going into the end zone.
I was about to say,
or try to just run through the hurdle.
If you haven't run track before, hurdles are brutal. You really have to have some flexibility.
Yeah, some technique and all that.
Oh, man.
Not for me.
No. Because I'll tell you what, you get a foot on one of those hurdles and you fall over. It is not pretty.
Not at all. That's why I'd be on the sidelines cheering my teammates. Go! No, I won't. I'll help put the hurdle back in place. I'm not doing that.
No. So Manley back in at quarterback. Dunbar on the 50. 3:34 left.
Manley
in the
hasn't
third.
thrown the deep ball yet. He's thrown some nice slants and some outs, but I want to see him go up over the top.
This might be it right here.
He's looking at it.
No. Go fumble. Ponitz got another opportunity. Loose. Oh, boy. Look at this.
I'll tell you, they are coming out hungry.
Man.
They are fighting hard. I mean, you got to give Coach, Brown a credit.
Oh, you really do. And this defense has really came to play tonight. Good on them. All right, so we are going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Ponitz, they got the ball back once again. All right, welcome back. Ponitz with another turnover from a fumble on a great play by the Ponitz defense. They have had several turnovers tonight. I'm losing track of how many exactly they have. But their defense really came to play tonight. They can stay very proud of themselves. Really the whole Ponitz team. Dunbar as well. I mean, both schools are playing very tough tonight. But Ponitz, to their credit, they're not playing like an 0-9 team right now.
Oh, no, they're not. I mean, they are playing hard and reckless abandon.
Reckless abandon. I like that. That's perfect. Yeah.
And just not enough good things have happened for them. I mean, there's been Murphy's Law for them. I mean, tip balls go the other way.
Yep.
I don't know what happened here. Not on the same page with the center.
Yeah.
I think somebody may have forgot to snap down.
Start. Offense.
Here we are behind the chains again.
Oh, shoot. Yep. That's what we talk about. I mean, you're shooting yourselves in the foot. You get a great play like that turnover, and then
instead of first and 10, it's first and 15.
You got to get the air sucked out of the room when you have stuff like that happen. Well, I will say this for Ponitz, their mental toughness has been very strong tonight. Despite a few of these mistakes, they continue to play hard, as we mentioned. Really same with Dunbar, of course, as well. So we'll see what happens here. First and 15. Inside Wolverine territory. They go to Barnes.
No, they snuffed that one out that time. They've had a lot of success with that play.
Yeah, Dunbar's defense seems to be adjusting and crashing on the outside.
So y'all went that run too many. We don't.
Well, and Barnes seems to be the go-to, obviously, so they're definitely keying on him.
Yeah, but it's good to be here tonight, watching these two Dayton public schools play.
Yeah.
Ponitz is a relatively new school. Ponitz wasn't around when I was in high school. And I don't want to tell you when I was in high school. That's been a while. But I'll say it anyway. 1982 was when I graduated high school. And that was the last time Dayton public schools had what I would call a full field of high schools. We had 10 public high schools back in those days.
Oh, wow.
Now they have 6. And so winning the city championship was hard to come by. There had a lot of great players in schools, here in Dayton Public School. Oh, that's a nice play.
That's the play that they need to run for
They've
sure.
They've been trying to get it all day. They got it that time.
That's great. Great looking play. I love the rollout by their quarterback, Benson, there. So Ponitz get some excitement going here.
Yes.
We get to the end of the third. As they continue to approach, trying to get into the end zone here.
They still got 2 minutes and 5 seconds to score in the third quarter. try to make it a game. I know when I played in Philadelphia, Joe Montana threw 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns on us to come back.
Oh.
2 of them to Jerry Rice, 1 to John Taylor. I'm not quite over that, as you can tell.
I guess the only solace is they did it to about every team in the NFL, so I suppose it's pretty normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it looks like they got a first down on another rollout play. I think they might have something here with that. Another Arby's first down.
Yep, you got slowed Dunbar's defensive line down somewhat. Instead of thinking he's going to be right there in the pocket by behind a straight drop back, they move the pocket, make him chase you.
Yeah, tire them out. You need to get these kids tired, because otherwise they're going to continue to put that pressure up the middle as they have for the majority of this game so far. So, all right, so we got first down on the 31 of Dunbar. Opponents looking to get their first points of the evening tonight.
How about that?
Earlier this quarter, they were within the 5 and had a turnover, but now they are moving. There's Barnes. Barnes carrying people. I tell you what, he's not the biggest guy.
We finally got some a positive first down play. There we go.
I love seeing the smaller kids, too, just dragging people.
Yes.
Just showing the force.
A lot of leg driving, showing they've been in the weight room.
Yeah, just showing the toughness, Barnes has had a really nice game tonight. That quarterback has been tough as heck, Benson. He's taken 1 million hits, and he's still standing tall.
Oh, yeah.
He's got an interception.
Said I've thrown a couple of them. I might as well go catch me one.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Got to equal it out.
Yes, indeed.
So here we go. 2nd and 7. About 30 seconds left in the third quarter here for the Golden Panthers as they try to get into the red zone. And they're going around the edge.
Oh, he break it. Oh, I thought he got out of that tackle for a second.
Great defense there by Dunbar. They sniff it out and take it down.
Devontae Young there, he's playing defense as well.
Is he really? Wow. He's got to be tired.
Yeah.
Great game for that young man. Great game from Dunbar. And we go into the fourth quarter. Ponitz driving once again. Dunbar trying to preserve the shutout. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back to historic Welcome Stadium as Ponitz is driving for their first points of the game tonight. Keith, there's been a lot of renovations to the stadium, and a lot of them have to do with... Oh.
What?
Wait a minute.
Is there a cake coming in here? I'm 60.
Hey, happy birthday.
Oh, my gosh. I won't drop it either. This bus, it's on camera. Here we go. Wow.
Perfect. Isn't that
Is
a nice
it for
game?
me?
The whole thing just for you.
Oh, my.
That's right.
Thanks, Ted.
That's right.
Oh, my gosh. I got a cake.
We got a game going on, right?
Oh, there's a cake going on? Okay. I won't.
Oh, great play by Ponitz there.
Oh.
Well, happy birthday.
Okay, we got plates. Hey, Steph, can you put this over there if I don't want to spill it? I'm going to eat that. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I just turned another decade last Saturday, so I'm 60.
Well, happy 40th. Oh, 60th.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
60. Well, that's the new 40.
Okay, it is
60 is the new 40. That's what
right.
they told me. So. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
I got to head back down to the field. We got the trophy coming up at the end of the game.
We sure do.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so excited.
Isn't that nice? I love that.
How about
Thank you, Tej. Well, very happy
Appreciate
birthday.
everyone.
Yeah. Well deserved.
Wow.
You had a good weekend for your birthday.
I can't wait
right?
to eat that, dude. I'm going to eat. We're going to eat. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to get 8.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to share it with the crew.
Perfect.
I'm greedy, but not that greedy.
Good. We need a little bit of sugar. Well, before we're talking about history, obviously your birthday is major history. They're going to be constructing some history here at Welcome Stadium as well.
Yes,
soon.
in the future, if not in 24, certainly by 25, we'll be building Hall of Fame in the north side of the stadium here at Welcome Stadium.
Please set the game
Dayton
clock
Public Schools
to 11:50. Never started.
Dayton Public Schools are going to have our Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's great.
We'll talk about it on the other side of the break.
All right, sounds good. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Ponitz has a decision to make. 4th and 2 inside the red zone. All right, welcome back. We took a little break in the action for an injured Ponitz player. Seems to be all right. Got to the sidelines. We are now getting ready for the Golden Panthers to take their shot in the Donato's red zone here as they look to get their first points of this game. A game that has been back and forth, a lot of turnovers, a lot of big plays, and a lot of heart from both sides here as they look to get bragging rights in this Dayton Public School game. So here we go, 4th and 2. Opponents getting set. The snap, oh, they muffed the snap, but there's a flag down. We'll see where this is going to go here. Referees having a little conference out on the field. Tim Dunaway, going to sort it out.
Sideline warning. Dunbar, their first of the game. Result of the play, first down, Dunbar.
Okay, so Dunbar holds. They get a warning for sideline activity. And Dunbar will get the ball once again. Ponitz stymied on another shot to get their first points of this game. Now, if you remember when they had an opportunity before, it was also a muff snap that was unfortunately what did them in there. And Dunbar now will get the opportunity to get some more points in this game. Already up 28-0, and now trying to move down the field once again.
Yeah, they are protecting that shutout.
How's that cake?
It is good.
Is it good?
Yes, it is.
Always...
Buttercream icing.
Oh,
boy, Bozeman's going to want that one back.
Oh, man, he's not going to want to watch the film of that. Nope.
No.
No.
No, Tristan, I know how you feel. I've dropped a ball or two in my life.
Ditto. Yeah, it's not
Whenever
easy.
you drop one, I mean, the coach be running back. I don't want to see it on film. I don't drop the ball. I close my eyes. I don't want to see it.
You find the darkest
Get to
spot.
the next play.
You find the darkest spot in the film room and say, no thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, he looks like he was looking ahead rather
yeah.
than bringing the ball in there. So
he was always thinking about his touchdown dance. What am I going to do? How many people am I going to high five?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have the ball anymore.
Say hi to mom. Yep. Well, looks like the rain's coming down once again on the field, so watch out for fumbles.
Yes.
And Ponitz defense continues to fly to the ball.
Hit.
Man, they are. You talked about
rain. It's coming out. People are running for. It's just water.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Dunbar cheerleaders aren't moving. They're keeping going.
They're still going strong.
Yeah, look at that.
I mean, your skin is waterproof. It's one of the few things on your body that's waterproof. Skin is waterproof.
Yeah, this is the hardest it's fallen during the game, it looks like right now.
Yeah,
so.
It just came out of nowhere. Just whoosh. But the field turf, the footing still should be good.
Yes.
You know, that's
the advantage of the turf.
Yep, it's not like old muddy grass field.
Ugh. So here comes Dunbar. They're giving it to Young.
Devontae, he's got a hold.
He's got some friends.
Oh, boy.
And he's got some speed.
Yeah, it's
over.
It's over.
Yeah. That's another touchdown for Young.
Oh, boy. He got around that corner.
Yeah.
He got his shoulder square to the goal line, and it was like, there's nothing going to stop me now.
And that is
the
another.
rain doesn't stop that.
Another Donato's Pizza touchdown for Young. How about that?
But number 24 made the score 34.
So as the rain picks up and people run for underneath the bleachers, oh yeah, we're looking at the radar right now, and it's going to get nasty here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we got some.
I hope it's only raining in Dayton, because tomorrow I'm going to be in Columbus playing in a golf tournament at Scioto Country Club.
Oh, very nice.
Ohio State plays Penn State on Saturday, so it's former Ohio State players against former Penn State players at Scioto.
Oh boy.
So I can't wait.
Drop some names. Who's going to be there?
Well, in my foursome, my foursome, my partner's going to be me and Archie Griffin, and we're going to be paired up. It's a Ryder Cup style.
Imagine you two sharing a backfield in college. My goodness. Okay, so that's a 2-point conversion is good for Dunbar. We are going to take a short break as the rain continues to fall on this DPS football game. All right, welcome back to a soaked Welcome Stadium. Fans taking shelter underneath the bleachers as the rain continues to fall. And just as that rain began to really come down, Young the great running back for
Devontae Young said, I
Dunbar.
can take it from here.
He's like, rain or no rain. I like to get to the end zone. The Rand Associates scoring summary, 3 plays, 80 yards. Devontae Young, 80-yard TD run.
He has an 81-yard touchdown run.
He's got 4 touchdowns.
80-yard touchdown run. Is he trying to be player of the game?
He might be.
Is he trying to get
he might
take
be
all
in
the votes
contention.
for player? He's getting some votes.
He might be in
We'll see.
contention. Yeah, he might be in
It's not a football to
contention.
play. We got a whole quarter.
Yeah. And now you start to see who wants it still. We got 36-0 here. 9:40 still left on the clock. Got to have a lot of mental toughness now if your opponents. They've been showing a lot of grit tonight, and now things are going to get really interesting as that rain really continues to fall. Look at this.
Oh, wow. You know, when it's raining like this, as a player.
Dead ball, encroachment, kicking team, 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
You know, it comes back to the old mind over matter.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, it don't matter. If you see your opponents complaining and blowing up for the weather, hey, you got an edge. You're mentally tougher than him.
Yeah.
He's thinking about the weather. You think about your assignment.
And when you show how good you play in this weather, it really intimidates the other team
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're like, how is he doing that?
I had my longest touchdown run in the NFL was when I was with the Miami Dolphins against the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving in the snow. 77-yard touchdown run in the snow against the Dallas Cowboys.
Was that 93?
1993.
Yeah.
Yes. Last time it snowed in Dallas on Thanksgiving.
Which is crazy to me. Oh.
It's a free ball.
And it looks like did it go out of bounds? Okay. Yep.
Okay. Well, opponents will get it.
Man, this is quite a.
You know, this rain reminds me of my senior year in high school.
Yeah.
We were playing.
Yeah.
Oh, here we
wait,
go.
what's this?
Y'all
Is this Keith's longest run?
77-yard touchdown Thanksgiving Day, 1993. Number 26, Smith. He said he would have ran me down if it wasn't snowing. I was like, you believe it wasn't snowing, you wouldn't have horse collared me.
Now wait a minute.
Yeah,
I believe you did something else.
Angel.
Look at
the
this.
first snow angel in the NFL. That was the original story. Yeah, that's the original snow angel. When you see people snowfetti and confetti doing snow angels, or now y'all know where they got it from.
You couldn't have written that any better, Keith. We had that
How
queued
about
up
that?
ready
Y'all had
for you.
that queued up. Way to go, Jacob.
That's pretty
Crew.
good stuff. Yeah, we got a great crew here on Thursday Night Lights. They knew.
Yes, indeed. They're good. They're quick.
That run was awesome, by the way. Snow in Dallas. You don't see snow in Dallas.
It hasn't snowed in Dallas on Thanksgiving since that one.
Yeah.
Dead ball, neutral zone infraction, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, with the Miami Dolphins, they thought, those guys are soft. They ain't gonna be able to handle it. And some of my teammates were complaining about the snow. Man, it's snowing out there. I'm like, y'all better get y'all minds together. I went back to my high school football coach, Tom Montgomery. It doesn't snow on the football field.
Okay, so the running clock rules are up. Point differential of 30 or more, as Keith mentioned earlier tonight. And it's after the first half. Clock reverts to regular timing if point differential falls below 30. So, in other words, as long as Dunbar stays up by 30 points, that clock will continue to run in this game tonight. So, we will see what
We need
happens.
opponents to score and get the extra point to get it under 30.
Yes, we do, which is going to be a
And
big
they just dropped
challenge.
the ball.
Yeah,
The
there's
ball's
another
loose.
fumble. That had to have felt good to do it against Dallas, too.
Oh,
by
it
the way.
did. Oh, that's one of my.
As a Philly guy.
Oh,
or
yes.
Eagle, former Eagle, yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers are my two. I hate them the most.
Well, there's the Champions Trophy by Rand
Getting a little
Associates. They go a little bit
It's still
wet.
beautiful.
It is. You know, it's got a nice reflective tone to it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of like a mirror ball.
Got a little
Looks great.
Super Bowl feel.
Oh, it really does. It really does.
Lombardi, trophy looking.
If you think about this, like when we were in high school playing, if we had a spotlight game like this, that'd be amazing, right?
Oh, I would have loved it.
Right?
Yes,
My goodness, I
indeed.
can only imagine.
To get to play on Thursday night lights in high school, it's a memory to, it's equivalent to the high school of playing on Monday Night Football in the NFL.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the production here is so good. The guys running this broadcast do such a great job. This is the first time I've actually been here doing the broadcast. I'm usually watching it back at the TV station, and I'm always amazed by it. Just how great.
Through the internet, you could phone your family all across the United States and say, hey, you haven't got a chance to see your little nephew or your cousin play, guess what? You can see him now.
You can go on Facebook. You can go to the website. You can go to MyTV. You can go to all these different places and watch it. It's really neat.
I mean, I come from a big family. My mother is originally from Georgia. My father originally from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And they all spread out throughout the country. So if I had been in high school, I'd have been calling letter, hey, in Chicago, watch me. Pull up the WWW. That would have been a blast.
Oh, man. Well, these are memories these kids will take forever, that's for sure. As the rain continues
to fall.
Oof.
Like I was going to say, my senior year in high school, it came down to who's going to win the city championship between Roth and Stivers-Patterson.
Yeah.
Both teams were undefeated, and it was a driving rain, only worse like this.
Oh.
And the stadium, it would have been a sellout, but they didn't sell out those days. They just kept selling tickets.
Sure.
It was both sides of the stands was jam-packed, and they had a rope around the field.
No way.
And it was standing room only.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we won that night. And I had a 96-yard touchdown run that night, my longest run in high school.
This is how you got 11 yards of carry.
That's how I got 11 and a half yards of carry.
11 and a half. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but we still talk about that when I run into some of the guys that went to Stivers-Patterson. They're like, we thought we was going to get y'all. Like, yeah, we finished the season 10-0, and we lost in the state playoffs. But that was our second consecutive 10-0 regular season. My junior year, we went 10-0.
Yeah.
And lost in the playoffs. But my junior season, our defense was so good. We had a kickoff return against us in the first game of the season, and then we proceeded to throw 8 straight shutouts.
8?
8. We only had 14, gave up 14 points that year.
Wow.
Yes, and then
who'd you run into in the playoffs that knocked you out?
We lost to Lebanon.
Lebanon?
In the playoffs my junior year.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and then my senior year, I know a lot of people listen, go ahead and say it, go ahead and say it. I forgot. No. No, we lost to Trotwood my senior year in the state playoffs, and Trotwood went on to beat state runner-ups, and they lost in the state championship game. And so I went to Trotwood K through 9.
Oh, you did?
So I knew a lot of those kids.
So they troll you about that.
Yeah, but I said, well, y'all was state runner-ups. Y'all was one player away from winning it all. So that's my answer.
That's a good way to keep it quiet.
That shuts them up every time. I said, y'all was one player short.
I like
from
that.
winning it all.
I like that.
And they know it's true.
Well, Trotwood definitely has a storied history. They obviously just won the title back in, 19? So they...
Yes. I mean, Jeff Graham is doing a tremendous job out there before Jeff Graham, Maurice Douglas. I mean, in this football field, that's why I said this Welcome Stadium, a lot of great players and great schools have played in this venue. I remember when I was in high school seeing great Cincinnati Moeller teams come up here and play playoff games. Dayton Public, the Welcome Stadium may get a playoff game this year. I think they'll know sometime this weekend. But, I mean, Dayton Public Schools, they have a proud history. A lot of great players have played either on this football field or ran track here. We, like we mentioned earlier, we have a Hall of Fame coming here, and it's going to be outstanding. Just some of the players I'm sure will be voted into the Hall of Fame whenever we announce the first class.
You might get a few votes.
Fairview High School. I think I may
get a couple. You might get a couple. You might get a couple.
Yeah.
I don't want to promise, but you might get a couple.
Thank you. The great third baseman for the Hall of Fame third baseman, Mike Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt, yeah.
He went to Fairview High School. So did Edwin Moses. We right here in his street.
All right, so we're looking at a replay now. Yeah.
It's a little too much.
A little bit too much there. Well, it's nice that they're adding that history, this historical aspect to it, because as a kid you might not realize, who came before you.
Yeah, especially these players here, opponents, and it gives them something to aspire to. Hey, I want to be in a Hall of Fame at Dayton Public School and bring my kids, wife and kids, back someday, or husband if you're a female.
Yeah,
because there's a ball loose on the ground again.
Yeah, this is just getting sloppy at this point.
And this range, it stopped.
Yeah,
a little cloud burst just came and gone. Maybe a little mist left over. But, I mean, it's a great lot of names. I don't want to get in. If I start to name too many names, they're going to say, what about me? What about so-and-so? You know who you are.
That's right. That's right. Can't name everybody.
Can't name everybody, but I will name
But that's a compliment to Dayton Public, though, that you've had so many great athletes and kids over the years come through the programs.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like out of Rolfe High School, myself, Dwight Anderson, Paul Thompson,
Yep.
Verby Waters, Larry Lee, William Golston, Chuck Taylor, Ike Thornton, Fred Johnson. You know, you go to Roosevelt, L.C. Snow, Leo Fitzgerald, played at Ohio State. You know, in that Rose Bowl, that they beat O.J. Simpson in 1968.
Wow,
and he scored a touchdown. Yeah, Roosevelt High School has a rich history, and we'll remember all that. You know, Kaiser High School with Ron Harper, Kendall Pegas, you know, Colonel White. They got Matt Blair played for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah,
Doug Francis, Minnesota Vikings. Eric Love, great basketball player. Colonel White. Wilbur Eric Bradley, just an outstanding basketball player for them. You know, and he's just a great lead. He's coaching high school here. Now he's back here coaching basketball. It's time for them to shake hands.
Well, maybe a few legends here out of DPS as Dunbar will take this one.
Future names may make their Hall of Fame one of these days here.
Future names, you never know. Names like Young and Gravely and others. So here we go. Dunbar is your winner of the Thursday Night Lights trophy tonight. They win 36-0, a great game that went back and forth. Now, the scoreboard doesn't indicate just how many turnovers and how many big plays and how many other things. Dunbar played a great game, obviously has some tremendous kids. We wish them luck in the playoffs. Ponitz, they came up short, but they should be very proud of their efforts and their kids tonight. Best wishes to them. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Thursday Night Lights, presented by Toyota. The Dunbar Wolverines are your winners tonight, 36-0. Let's go into field to Taze Joshi, who's got the trophy.
Coach, definitely a big win for you guys, a great way to end the regular season. And I got to say, it was a rainy fourth quarter, but the team here, they got you with even more water at the end of the game. Can you tell me what happened?
Those son of a gun set me up. They said it was going to be another coach, and I was all in support of it. And the tables were turning. They freaking got me.
They got you with an ice bath, of course. Let's just talk about the game real quick. A great win for you guys to end the season. Maybe you can just give me a couple of notes. What was the key for you guys to get a lot of turnovers, sports, and a lot of points here at the end of the game?
Yeah, so it's all about being able to overcome adversity. We had some situations where we needed to overcome. We were able to put some points up, come out victorious.
Well, Coach, I've already seen your players ready to celebrate this regular season finale win, so I think it's time we give you guys our Thursday Night Lights Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Champions Trophy. Here you go,
You love seeing it, Keith.
Oh, absolutely. You see the raw enthusiasm, about getting that trophy. That's something they're going to remember, for the rest of their lives. So that night, we played on Thursday Night Lights in our junior year in high school, or my senior year, or my freshman year. That's what makes Thursday Night Lights so special, because not only do we get to see a tremendous game, but we know we get a chance to make a difference in these young football players' lives. And, some of those seniors are never going to play football again. They don't even want to go to college and play. But they remember their high school days and playing on Thursday Night Lights and have a trophy, show for it as well.
The unbridled joy of that team really makes it all worth it. Good for them. Congratulations to the Dunbar Wolverines. We have a drive of the game here from Carol Wirtz Tire Company. And this one was Dunbar, of course. They had some short drives. They had some big plays. This one was one of their longer ones.
Yeah, 98 yards. Down. He went for it on fourth down there.
That's right. And then this happened.
Got it, and then hand the ball out.
Goodbye.
That's Devontae Young, 81 yards later.
Goodbye times 4.
Look at that hurdle speed. My gosh.
And then they got that 2-point conversion here right after that awesome run by Young. Here comes the two-pointer.
Yeah, they had a penalty to back them up, so it's a little longer than normal two-pointer. But a nice fade, back shoulder throw, just drop it in the bucket.
Great catch and adjustment, as you mentioned, by Baron White there for the 2-point conversion. So that is your drive of the game. Let's take a look at the play of the game. And
that's
that
how
was
you
pretty
start
good.
Start a dry starter. It's only a 6-0 game at the time. And, Ponitz had some momentum, but Dunbar just
right in
sucked all the air out of it with that play right there.
That throw and catch.
Throw and catch.
It was just right. It was just right there. You can't throw it any better.
You couldn't put Velcro on that ball any better. Put him right in his breadbasket.
I think you're right on that one. Well, player of the game, presented by Carol Wirtz Tire Company as well, is none other than this young man. 4 touchdowns.
I was wondering what took him so long to give him the ball. I mean, Devontae Young, I don't know if I can call 3 plays without giving him one of every 3 plays. He is just a tremendous talent. He's going to go to college for free. It's just a matter of which college he chooses to go to. Look at that. That's his 3rd touchdown coming up right here. So that's 1, 2, 3. And he said, I got another one for you. Here's a 4th touchdown. It looks like it's not a replay.
When I watch him run, as a Vikings fan, growing up a Vikings fan, it reminds me of an Adrian Peterson.
That's a good call.
Just the way he sprints.
Yes.
Just so
square
powerful.
shoulders. Look at it. He's got really left in the tank.
Man, what a game for him. Congratulations to the Dunbar Wolverines, Keith. This was a really fun one.
Yeah, great. Good on Dunbar. My wife is a Dunbar alumni. So
she'll be happy. Monica will be happy then?
Yes, she'll be. Monica will be very happy. How did we do? You didn't watch, honey? Oh, yeah, I did watch. How did we do?
Of course I watched. You were in the booth. Of course I did. Yeah, my wife said the same thing. So there's that turnover chain.
Turnover change. Wolverine, this is Blue Night here in Dayton. So it's all about Dunbar tonight. So congratulations, Dunbar Wolverines.
Well, this is going to wrap it up for us tonight from another edition of Thursday Night Lights. Great game tonight. Congratulations again to the Dunbar Wolverines on their win and their next round going into the playoffs, we think. So for Keith Byers, I am Adam Arrow in for Matt Digby tonight. Thank you to our sponsors that you're going to be seeing on your screen. We had a great time tonight, and we hope you did too. We'll see you.